Cada año, a lo largo de toda la región, un desafío es anunciado. Un enfrentamiento que convoca a los mejores guerreros. El llamado a la batalla se hace escuchar y con ello la decisión de poner a prueba sus más grandes habilidades. Sin importar los adversarios ni obstáculos que se presenten en el camino. Todo por demostrar su fortaleza y supremacía frente a los más poderosos rivales. Beast Ghost, Kokori, Thunder Predator, Echo Boys, Team Brasil, Omega Gaming, Unknown Team, Latam Defenders. Solo uno de ellos logrará la hazaña y obtendrá la gloria. ¡Victory!
Hello everyone, and welcome back. We have ourselves a visitor. The pollution has been gone for so long because everyone's staying home due to COVID. We got SG Esports. They've returned to the scene. Alvo Plus is now back from casting some European Dota back in the SA region. And as always, SeekNStrike here bringing you the action for the Movistar Liga Pro Gaming Final Series Grand Finals. A lot of finals here, Alvaro. And we're excited to bring you guys the action. Welcome. Our draft now underway as SG Esports, formerly Team Brazil, versus Thunder Predator. Thunder played a little bit of a match between themselves and Beast Coast El Clasico, where they trashed Beast Coast 2-0. I was just looking at the Dota buff. It was not close.
Nope, they were not close whatsoever. No. I'm not really sure why. I was kind of hoping because LPG was delayed, right? And they made the whole like event and everything just for Thunder to play the game. And then you realize that like they got 2-0'd really quickly by Thunder. Yeah. Thunder seems to be their Achilles heel, right? The El Clasico is just Thunder is too strong, honestly. That's
yeah, I mean, it's something. It must be something like that because yeah, I don't know. Like it was, ooh. Yep. I was looking. I mean, maybe Thunder. They know this patch a bit better, but. I mean, they completely smashed Beast Coast again. I mean, it was a 25-minute victory, 20-minute victory. Like, holy moly.
Yeah.
The second game was 29-2. Holy moly, Alva. Anyway, yeah, so here they come. So I already warmed up. Some server information for you. It's Peru, Brazil, Peru. Further coin flips from there, I believe, according to the admin. But about the 5 series here, so that server difference is going to be mitigated at least as much as you can reasonably expect it. So hopefully that doesn't play too big of an issue.
Yeah, I mean, the servers are inevitably always a factor, unfortunately, when it comes to these SA Online games. But it's a new patch, so who cares about servers, right? It's all about the patch. Who can analyze the patch quicker? Who's the fastest reader in all of South America? That's what we're going to find out today, dude. That's the real key here. And we already have a pretty good lineup, honestly, by Thunder. Miran and Terrorblade against the PA Phoenix. Miran had to deal with the Phoenix to make the egg into a fried egg. And the Terrorblade, pretty great against PA in general. That's a really bad core-to-core matchup for the PA. I think, actually, in Dota, we did watch a similar matchup where, like, the The PA ended up just feeling really, really useless against the Terrorblade. Even in the late game, she was just struggling to find damage against them. And I remember she actually built, because it was the game after post-patch, you know. So she built the new Orb of Corruption. She had the Armor Corruption talent. She had a Desolator as well. She had an Assault Crest later game, and also one of her teammates built Solar Crest. So their strategy was let's pretend like Terrorblade doesn't have much armor and just take it all away from him. You know, is the naked Terrorblade strat. It did not work. It was not good enough. TB still beat the PA. It's a really bad core-to-core match.
You know what? I cannot believe that Mirana didn't receive a nerf, by the way. If anything, she got like a tiny buff, because I think they buffed one of the talents slightly by like 2 seconds. Not that big of a deal, right? Cannot believe this hero got buffed, or not nerfed. This hero was picked like, I don't know, a lot.
You have a hate boner from Mirana.
She's so good, though.
That's a bit of a hate boner.
She's so good. Like, you nerf the Sven. I mean, maybe this is Ice Frog saying, yeah, we want supports to be really strong, which I think is generally kind of the idea of this patch.
Yeah, but when have you seen, like, when you play ranked games, when have you seen Mirana actually truly played as a support, right? That's the problem. That's the reality of it. This hero, she's only a support in name.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's because she just does so much, doesn't she?
She does way too much.
That's
I agree with you that she might have been nerfed, but to be honest, everyone else got buffed, so I guess that's just the power of it.
Not everyone.
Well, Clinks, for some reason, Ice Frog just hates that hero.
Sven as well, receiving a nice
No,
little...
I know, but Sven was already really strong, but for some reason, he's like, I'm gonna ban this, I'm gonna make the Sven weak, I'm gonna make Spectre weak, and fuck Clinks. You're like, what did Clinks do to you? He was pretty bad last patch. Just screw Clinks, he's terrible, awful.
He's scared of skeletons, dude, alright? Don't you,
But you are a skeleton, right? You're just a skeleton come by a bunch
Radiant
of meat.
team pick.
Are you suggesting that inside each and every one of us there's a spooky skeleton?
Yes.
I don't think so. I'm just a flesh, a lumpy skin and muscle that's attached to nothing.
That would make sense, because I always thought you had no spine.
I'm like an octopus, a cephalopod.
Do they really have no bones?
Yeah. How do you think they sneak through? You know, an octopus, it can squeeze through an opening as small. They actually have beaks, right? That's how they eat.
Yeah.
It can squeeze through as long as the opening is bigger than their beak by like a millimeter. They can sneak through.
But I can do that too. And that's not a bone thing.
But that's just not true.
Radiant team ban.
I'm gonna have to
I've seen you fail to put your feet into a shoe, so I know that's false.
Yeah, but that's very different.
And I know that shoe opening is way bigger than your beak. Don't tell me it isn't.
And my beak? What's my beak in this situation? My mouth?
I don't know. That's an exercise left to the viewer here. As the tiny puck going to get picked up for the side of SG Esports. Vengeful Spirit for Thunder Predator. I'm still digesting the patch on my own, to be honest with you.
I like the Pango.
Wow, Vengeful got reworked as well, huh?
Yeah, the Pango is very good against the puck now, actually. His new Aghanim shard makes him kind of invulnerable against the puck. I don't know, you haven't read it.
I have,
but
I remember that one. It's basically, you hit the pause on your Rolling Thunder.
Well,
yeah,
but
use it just effectively whenever you feel like it as well.
Exactly, which also turns you magic invulnerable for 4 seconds, right? So it makes you pretty much unkillable by puck. I mean, once you get Ags on puck, then you're actually countering Pango, but at that point, you got an Ags to counter a stupid Pango, right? That feels really stupid, right? But what's most important about it is that when you do the roll-up, you actually become magic immune, which takes away the leashed effect from the Dream Coil. I saw that interaction yesterday, and you can actually charge Rolling Thunder afterwards. So even though you're still technically leashed there, because you become magic immune, that moment allows you to put Rolling Thunder, and while usually it wouldn't. So usually Puck was a counter to Pangolier, no longer the case. In fact, Thunder actually has just a much better lineup right now. The Pango is fantastic against pretty much everything SG has. The Vengeful Spirit protects the Terrorblade. Mirana is broken. Terrorblade has a great core-to-core matchup. SG does have good magical damage against Terrorblade, and the Yellow Titan now is supposed to break the armor for the TB, so that's always a good option. But, yeah, that's going to be an ET as an offlaner. We have seen that to moderate success. I mean, it's necessary because you have to get up close and personal. Due to the fact that it's your hero that carries the armor debuff. But oh, that hero. Sanking is ridiculously good right now. I think he's one of the best heroes in the patch.
I mean, you thought he was one of the better. I think you just really like Sanking.
No. He's one of the best heroes in the patch. He got buffed the most.
You just like Sanking.
He got buffed the most.
You love Sanking too, don't you? You simp for Sanking. Oh no, our Twitch channel's now banned.
Are you serious?
No, of course not.
Can you raise? Oh, right, this is something. Can you raise my volume, please?
Can you? I already have you at +6 in TeamSpeak. Yeah, I don't want to raise.
Why am I so low? Is this better?
Yeah, you just yell in Spanish, remember?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
It does not matter. We're not
Yes,
gonna
it
go over
does. It's fine. You were
It's
casting in
surprising
Spanish.
that
You don't use profiles and
it's
OBS.
surprising that Thunder. Shut the fuck. You really woke up with a lot of sass today.
I don't know what to tell
It's
you.
very surprising that Leo Styles going to play the Pangolier because it's El Prohibido de Sacred, right? So it's usually the hero that's played by Sacred most of the time. But I'm telling you, this Sanking is broken. Let me tell you why, okay? You know, everything you ever imagined was weak about Sanking got taken away. He got given every buff in the world imaginable, and he was already pretty decent in the last patch. He is godlike. He's one of the best offlaners right now, and he's so good against the matchup that SG has. Because PA fulfills the two conditions Sanking counters. She has mobility, which Sanking does not care about, because Burrow Strike counters that, and she is also weak in the lane because she's melee against the Caustic Finale. It is so good. This pick is such a strong pick. And Epicenters actually went from one of the worst ultimates in the game to one of the better ones, so it's incredible. Oh my goodness. I can't believe now you can actually cancel the channeling.
And by that you mean it's a cast time now instead of a channel.
Exactly.
In case everyone does not have the patch memorized.
Yes. Yes. Sorry. I guess I'm very used to living in my own casting bubble, I guess. But yes. On top of that, the shard is amazing. The changes in general to the Sanking are so beneficial. It's such a great hero. Just watch him be. He's majestic. He's just majestic.
You know, I was expecting, Sanking, strength gain increased by 1.4, mana regen, it's 5 at level 1, 25 armor. Nope, Epicenter now uses cast time instead of channel. They buffed the radius on Epicenter a bit, and then the Caustic Finale slow was increased as one of the talents.
Yep, that's it.
This whole mess is
There's
all
not much.
your fault?
There's not much more to it, dude. The hero just got better because the only weakness of the hero was really how bad his ultimate was and how
He made
bad
it sound like he
transitioned into
starts with a blink dagger in his butt, and then he's able to
well, he does start with a blink dagger in his butt, except that this blink dagger goes underground and it just pushes him. And it's called Burrow Strike. It's one of the best abilities in the game. But let me tell you some of the other things, my good friend, about why Sanking is God. Let me show you into the cult of Sanking. Sanking's weaknesses also came from, for example, he had 3 main weaknesses. First of all, Epicenter exists. Second of all was your late game was just not really that great.
Right,
And third
he's always playing tournaments in Russia.
what?
Epicenter. Yeah, he's always playing tournaments in Russia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then the second one was that your late game is not great because obviously you fall off in terms of magic damage. And the third one was that you have great farm, but Sankey doesn't utilize that farm for great things. Like Blink Dagger is very core on him, and then maybe a Yulthiter is useful. But from then on, compared to heroes like, for example, Pango or Centaur, they have a lot of utility items they can buy and can really scale with farm. Sankey kind of fell off in that sense. Now with the new Blink Daggers, you actually have another option in that sense. In addition to the Shard giving you another option to spend your farm and actually have utility, the Shard makes the Agons much more viable and much better, especially at farming creep waves. You become a better dead laner because of that. Epicenter got fixed, which means that your late game is much more viable now because you can actually use Epicenter to great effect to kill the supports because it's no longer such a big channeling ability that's easy to cancel, but rather just a threat constantly to keep in mind. He's so good, dude. He's so good. This hero is broken, I'm telling you.
Well, I think, again, you just really like the Sanking. But we'll see how well it's going to be put to
Can you
use here.
counter any of my points, Richie? No.
You just really, like, a little-known fact for you. Whenever Alvaro sees a Scorpion, he is immediately, he has to
Eat it.
play some Dota. He always gets reminded of Sand King. Everywhere he goes, he sees Sand King. It's a crippling sort of love for him.
I want to say crippling, because crippling implies the love it limits me, but the love gives me wings and it frees me from this mortal realm.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Our titles has best of 3, by the way.
Okay.
Thank you for pointing it out, good sir. Thank you for pointing it out, good sir, in the chat. Change it. It's best of 5. It is best of 5, guys. We apologize. It is supposed to be best of 5. We just had it from the last match. Sometimes you forget these details. It's okay, guys. We kind of got like this match didn't really have a scheduled time, which was why we kind of had to rush this some of the parts.
I didn't rush anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, all right. So you chose to put best of 3 there, so people would correct you.
Yep.
Wow.
It's sort of like a test to the viewer, you know.
All right. I'm glad I'm casting with someone as talented as you, really, as innovative.
So this whole mess is all your
It's
fault?
true. He called me talented, folks. Clip it and ship it.
Anyway, so why Sanking is the best hero in the world? No, I think I made my thesis.
So back to my soliloquy about Sand King.
Look at those claws,
How
Richie.
esoteric is it to be called a king when you are truly the best hero in all of Dota 2?
Shall I compare Sand King to a desert day? He is but more temperate and more lovely.
He is full of sauce, and the caustic finale excites me. Que esotérico ser el rey de la arena.
Yeah, of course. That's why Sand King is the best.
Did-
That's why Sand King is the best counter to Mars, because he's the king of the arena. Es el rey de la arena. There's gonna be one viewer who's bilingual who will get that and appreciate us. Thank you, viewer. We love you. Alright, well, the match is starting. Thunder Predator comes from 2-0 and Beast Coast that are coming in quite confidently. I like their matchup in general more. I think the puck is very strong. I've seen the puck with a new Witchblade and it's very powerful.
What a stupid joke.
30 seconds
Very dumb, yeah. I think
That
the
was,
puck...
that was really great. That was a good one.
I think the puck is really strong now with a new Witchblade, but I do like the Pango as a counter. I've seen the Pango being very effective, and I think Pango made is pretty decent against the puck this game. And just because the core-to-core is so bad, I don't think that Terrorblade and, again, ET and Puck are enough to make Terrorblade weak, because you have a lot of places to cover for him. With the Swap, the Burst Strike, and the Rolling Thunder, there's a lot of ways to just push the ET away from TP. And like I mentioned, it has to be the hero that's nearby, because the Spirit only increases your magic damage. He doesn't take away your armor.
Yep, that is correct.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
see.
always an issue.
It can be. A small issue for our Pango though is, and also our TB. Well, kind of just all the cores, right? The neutral bounties don't increase anymore. So if you can farm stacks early, it's less of a nerf to you. But everyone else, including PA, who begins to farm stacks a little bit later with her Battle Fury, at least more effectively, are going to be pretty significantly nerfed by this change. TB's in the same boat as well because he doesn't really clear camps too easily. So Pango Pug can still kind of get away with a lot of early farm, but that's something to be aware of. So that's, I think, why we're still seeing Lesh mid, for example, is we'll see Costa Beal take it up to the bottom lane. Nice arrow setup. Sacred's going to stay alive and a sliver of HP.
Oh, wow. That's quite the reduction. It's quite the reduction in general to the gold in the game as well.
Yeah, I was shocked that no one else has really been coming. I mean, it's so
That's a
hard not
huge
to
thing.
when Aghanim's Blessings, and there's so many other things in the patch, right? But yeah, it's a huge change.
Yeah. 'Cause I mean, I guess I see your point that the people are affected, but it affects anyone that wants to ever farm jungle, right? Because you're never going to get an increase
Yep.
off that, which
Yeah.
is pretty terrible. Particularly for TB, though, that's a huge nerf. You're totally right. Like PA, she still has the ability to cut lanes somewhat. She's not necessarily a jungle farmer, but TB definitely wants
That's
to
a
just
good
stay.
point. That's a good point because the lane creep are completely unaffected, and this does
Exactly.
really start to add up
That's
actually
a
later
huge
on.
nerf to the jungle. That's a
Yeah.
huge
I was shocked that Ice Frog made that change because lane creep they are still going to increase their bounties right now. I think so it's like about 40 gold for a last hit on a melee creep, and then on the range creep it's like 45, 50, a little bit more, right? Yeah, I was hoping Leo Style would get that last hit, but he didn't. As Slightly nearly taking another death to King Jungles. We'll take a look at someone who will hit their creep. Wow, got the kill with the level 1 Echo Stomp there. Very well played. He's in a high underneath tier 2 tower. He can't TP home here actually. Maybe he's expecting Sacred to be able to actually stun him up.
No, he
Nope.
just committed suicide in the
All
end.
right.
Yeah, he was trying to go for the courier as well, but I think he misjudged the range of the tower, or that they had vision of it. Ironically, the courier provided vision of that area in the trees, and he got killed before.
Ah.
Yeah, he didn't think of that. So in the end, they actually run the Phoenix offlane. By the way, we didn't really touch on this one. They didn't run the ET offlane, which makes it much more difficult for ET to be effective against TB in the later stages of the game. You're kind of gonna have to require someone to go in and stop the TB, you know, make him pause and actually quite stun him, so that he can't really kill ET as he's walking towards him. It's gonna be a bit difficult this game for that.
Yeah, they do have a Tiny, right? And it's Theo Licor, so
Yeah, he's the best hero to deal with TB this game.
Exactly. He's going to have problems later on as soon as the BKB comes out. Wu is always going to have a save for him as well. Swap no longer has charges, by the way, just a much lower cooldown and an increased cast range by 100 at every single level, by the way. So it's slightly easier to do at least once, and let's be honest, you're not going to want to swap Minos back in towards the Tiny. So you're happy with that one charge on a lower cooldown, at least this game. There are scenarios in which you always want the 2 swaps, but it's not the biggest nerf this game.
No, it's not that big a deal, to be honest. It's still fine. The cast range is increasing as well. I believe.
Sorry, what?
Did another swap cast range increase in turn of that, though?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I said. That was the second part of the sentence in my entire point. But when I said that.
That's why I'm just double confirming. So that the change, I think, is not that big a deal, as you mentioned.
There's a
right?
kill
The swaps-
top lane. Oh, no, he dies to the neutrals.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
big.
So yeah, the swap is I think it's still a useful ability, but you're right that the charges sometimes, I guess with heroes like Drow, for example, are very vulnerable. It is a nerf, right? But against TB, I don't think it's that big a deal. Particularly the extra range with the TB, I think it's kind of useful. You just need to play her differently.
And it's, I mean, an issue here, though, is, of course, it's kind of, the swap is kind of countered by the Dream Coil, right? Not a super hard, well, it's a decent counter if you initiate with that anyway.
I mean, I guess... And that's, oh, Phoenix is dead there. That's a good match missile. I guess to your point of just play her differently, though, because if there was the previous swap where you had a lower range with double swap, it was a bigger counter, right? Because you couldn't, like, actually get him that far away when he was stunned. But now it's not the case, right? Now you actually can get him pretty far away, up to 1100 range, as you snap the Dream Coil. So you might actually just be able to put him in safety, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting point, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not like... It's still bad, right? Dream Coil still does bother it a bit, but... I guess you can argue it could be an improvement.
No, I mean, you're totally right. Waning Rift, of course, is only going to be 300 range compared to the, like, 1600 of Illusory Orb, so Puck is going to have to really commit if she wants to go chase that kill. That's a good point to bring up. Wu is going to be dead, speaking of this Vengeful Spirit.
By the way, with this new shard on Vengeful Spirit, I think Vengeful Spirit Alpha should be a thing that starts to happen soon again. That new shard is pretty great. You have like a small Underlord in the offlane with a tanky as a Vengeful Spirit that wins a lot of matchups. That's one of the strengths of her, right? I think people should start experimenting with that again. Not Thunder though, because Wu loves that Vengeful, but you know, other offlane, other teams. And talking about shards, that's why Phoenix is being played so much. His new shard is incredibly strong.
Our Vengeful Spirit no longer has just always a second life to play with. That's going to be now back to the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
Instead, her passive has just been reworked. And speaking of King RD, he's going to be jumping in. Already as an Urn, by the way. Taking a lot of damage to the creep, but Theoli Code here to tank the tower. Nice toss on back. We still have a couple level 3 Fire Spirits to use, and that's more than enough damage there for the Venge. Just straight into the Urn. I like it. Nice and early and aggressive. Bottom lane, King Jungle's in a bit of trouble. They need a little bit more damage for him. They will find it, as he's been dying quite a few times here already. 2-3-0, so he's definitely getting a little bit of space here for Kostabil, but it's a very difficult lane, this one. Very easy arrow setup. But yeah, in case, again, you don't know, the Aghanim Shard here for Phoenix is going to put a 7-second cooldown on Fire Spirits. Or rather, one respawns every, 7 seconds as they get another kill down bottom on a Kostabil.
That's pretty crazy. And then when you explode out a supernova, you get full Force Spirits as well, so it works exactly as the old ability in that sense of refreshing completely. And it's very, very strong. I don't think it's as strong on a +3 Phoenix as it is on a +5, because the ability of almost having spirits on +5 is something else, but that, it's just very powerful upgrade this game. I think the Aghanim Shard are going to come into play a bit. For now, though, it was only 1k lead in favor of Thunder Predator. I haven't seen much of a push from SG. The lanes have not gone as well as they were hoping, I think. I think they were hoping at least the top lane to be a bit more annoying towards Terrorblade, but it seems like Terrorblade got away just fine. And now he's farming jungle as best as he can.
As best as he can, yeah, like you're saying. Yeah, so this gold that you're getting from the small camps is all you're going to get all game long. So that's not going to be increasing whatsoever. We're about to see the lane creep get upgraded here in 20 seconds with this next wave that will be spawning in, and you'll see them have give a little bit more bounties. So this is going to be the last wave bottom as Sally misses the arrow. Sacred, though, is going to be a little bit more aggressive here. Level 3 Burrow Strike here. He's not going to be able to get out of range of the Echo Stomp, which also catches Slithing there. Nice job. Theolikor as well is in the bottom lane. Not really sure who he should go for. He's not going to be able to catch Slithing, though, as there's another Burrow Strike there to get the kill onto King Jungles, as King RD is also going to take a death after they notice that there's no longer a support top lane. They go ahead and just pop the Magic Missile. Minos already had, by the looks of it, the Metamorphosis active, and that's an easy kill.
Hey, who has 4 kills right now and 0 deaths?
Yeah.
The most OP hero in the game, dude. That's my analysis. There's not much more to it. That's it. Sanking is God. He also had the liberty to go for Caustic Finale Borrow Strike build, which is really dangerous. This is one of the strengths of putting Sank against PA.
Who's doubling his stun with 1 level? It's Marana.
So Caustic. So the beauty about this build is that you can actually play the Sanking much more aggressively with this. as opposed to playing him with a Sandstorm, which is a bit more on the farming side, but it's much better for lane. And you still annoy the PA a lot. And that means that the PA can't really go and whimper into the jungle because Sanking and Mirana both are actually really good at managing jungle. I don't think that an Elder Titan is the best hero protecting you because his stomp is a bit too slow, and there's no way you're catching a Sanking or a Mirana with a stomp, right?
Yeah, and we've already seen how ineffective you
mid,
running at a Sanking is as mid lane. There's the first rolling boulder. Oh, Leo style. Oh. The terrain in Dota 2 is perfect. There are no mistakes. As taking it at top lane is King RD. Gets stuck in a little bit pinball zone. Like we just went and now Yulikor is going to be looking for a little bit of an Avatos combo. It's not enough damage, however, for our Pangolier. Didn't have a point in the shield crash or anything. There's just not enough points in Avatos for you to actually do that much damage at this point.
Now, Leo style is next level. You don't understand. He knew that there were these like small issues in the Dota map, so he pretend like he made messed up.
There's a dive on a King Jungles. There's going to be the first kill now using the Epicenter.
Yeah, so he knew that they were going to bounce around like a pinball, right? And then pretend like he was being a noob. And so then he forced the Avatos, which he knew he would survive, and then he just watched him kill. It's the next level thought of a pro player. But we mortals cannot comprehend, of course. But that was entirely what he did. It has nothing to do with Dota map being as cute as hell. Top lane, we see Sacred actually joining. He does have a Burst Strike ready.
Not only Sacred, but Slathian here as well, who's going to get tagged by the Fire Spirit. That's what, again, makes this lane so...
They're breaking lanes now.
Yeah, that's what makes it so deadly, as we've seen down bottom, is that arrow potential is, even King RD's got to respect that. Oh, mid lane, Theolikod going to take another death here, gets the toss off, trying to run away. Avalanche might actually be able to live here. Dream Coil onto 2 from the level 6 ADR. He's going to have the magic damage to nuke down our Vengeful Spirit, and now Leo Style taking a death as 2 supports and 2 cores are going to go ahead and merge in that top lane power rune spot. Moonlight Shadow doesn't come fast enough, but it will scout ADR. He gets blocked, actually, by Sacred, but they don't actually have any detection. Oh, goodness, Theolikod is right here, though. He might have had an idea what was going on. Eats an arrow, however, as the Echo Stomp only catching Sacred. Theolikod is going to end up ticking down here to the urn. Didn't have any stacks in the Magic Wand. And that's the only kill they get in exchange for their mid laner.
Yeah, not a great trade. Pango shouldn't have really been there. On the bright side, you are creating space for Minos, which is the whole point, right? But as you mentioned, that ends up being a pretty bad trade because Pango is the one to sacrifice themselves. Swap into the arrow. That combo was so broken. With the Burst Strike to boot, they can destroy, I think, the Supernova relatively easily, but they're taking a fair damage with it. Wu will fall. Magic Missile not really going to do much there towards the end. Sacred is going to heal by Slathin. And it's capable of getting away unscathed.
Oh,
Toss though to bother him. He's out of mana. Soul Ring in 5 seconds, but I think Illusory will counter him.
Yep, just tossing that guy in for the vision. Slathin can't really do much without a setup on the arrow. He's a little bit harder to hit. Couldn't kill anyone either if he hit it. Good effort there, jumping in. King RD, unfortunately, taking a death there is really costly. If that's a support Phoenix, I go, that's not too bad. It's an offlane Phoenix. You still get a kill on the offlane and another support, so it's not the worst thing in the world either, but... I think Phoenix on your offlane, you want to be off to a really fast start. You can see he's even going for the hand of Midas. As, wow, Puck actually able to catch the Marana there, utilizing the Dream Coil for that kill.
Oh, top lane though, I did hear an epi, but
no,
Sacred messed
no,
up.
no epi.
No, he canceled it, right?
Oh, well, you can't cast it, right? Because now it's a cast point.
What do you mean? No. It's still, the animation is still channeled. I think you're confused. The animation is still channeled like Requiem of Souls. It's just that when they cancel it, they only cancel your animation, not the actual skill itself. It doesn't go on cooldown anymore.
I see.
So if you still mess up with the channeling, you'll still get a cancel. It's just that it will not go on cooldown, which was a really dumb ability because no other channeled ability worked that way.
My understanding was that it was much like Relocate, where it would be canceled if you stunned them during that animation.
Yeah, that was how it worked before.
It's a channel. AT is going to eat another arrow from this very balanced combo. There's the Blink Dagger reveal for Sacred. It's a kill. He'll take it. He just wants to keep the gas, or his foot on the gas. The smoke's going to be broken instantly. Moonlight Shadow as well to counter this. Sacred going in for another kill here. They got an arrow in a second. There's the swap to get Sacred out. I'm not sure if they meant to do that. Wu's like, I want to die, and they will oblige that. Nice coil here onto 2, Leo style. There goes the Epicenter, though. Now doing some decent damage. They cancel King RD's Icarus dive out. They're looking for this kill onto ADR as well, but he's going to be able to get the kill onto Sacred using the waning Rift. Now is Theolikod sticking around maybe a little bit too long there. Tries to go for another Avatos combo onto Leo style. Again, just really underleveled on our... Not even underleveled on our Tiny. It's just a Pango being strong at this point of the game.
Well, I feel like Sacred messed up there a bit, right? He was really hasty with a burst strike towards the end because he thought he was gonna die, and he could have just waited a second and gotten a normal burst strike, and that would have killed the puck as well. That would have been a 3-for-1 trade or 3-for-2 trade, even if Sankin died, which would have been fine.
Stabile might be dead here. Yeah, we got a swashbuckle. Ooh, he's gonna barely live. Gets across that little chasm over to the easy camp as ADR looking to force away a couple other heroes. Level 3 Sunray, though, doing some real damage as Sacred not even going to be able to find him. There goes King RD taking down Wu, as now Sacred could be in trouble. They're going to pop this Supernova. That'll wake up Sacred here. They're going to want to stun him, but they actually don't have anything to keep him locked down, so the Supernova unable to net them a kill there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Real style, trying to get it does get away from the spirits there. No, still a bit annoyed. I don't know if RDR wants to go for more. He does have the Witchblade now, which is ridiculously good in the puck, as people have seen. Right, it just adds your intelligence as damage every single second for like 3 seconds, with a 9-second cooldown this ability. So it's essentially like 3 extra ticks of damage for your intelligence, which is solid 100 damage per tick.
Sacred jumping in again here. They're going to counter initiate. Echo Stomp, then Dream Coil onto him. That's going to allow Leo to run on in. Lots of damage being dealt by the Sand King, even if he dies, though. The kill on the King RD is almost free. With Swashbuckle nearly ended him a double kill as Kostabile is going to come out of the jungle here with his Battle Fury, trying to fight. Minos as well is going to come out of the jungle as Leo will be able to take down. There goes King Jungles looking for the kill. Actually, will actually be able to line up there onto the Earth Splitter, but it's really just for the disengage to make sure that Minos isn't able to get much. ADR already TPing back home, closing in on the Blink Dagger as King RD, even though he's taken quite a few deaths this game, now has the Midas. Oh, wow. King Jungles, you madman, died for the bounty rune.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, I think, of the... I don't think that rotation from Minos was that great, to be honest, because it seemed like a very reactionary rotation. Like, oh, I think I can get kills here, and you went there, as opposed to having a battle plan with your team based on the strength of your spells, etc., etc. Wu gets found out, by the way.
Yeah, they are going to have to work for a little bit for this kill, but in the end, it's only going to get ADR closer to his Blink Dagger here.
Oh, maybe Wu might survive, but he's getting close to reinforcements. Sacred Skier.
Yeah, he's going to maybe... Oh, he could have gone for the Epicenter. They're Rolling Thunder. Really cool, just tossing out the zoning avalanche, but no one to be caught by that one. They're just happy to save Wu for now.
Oh, fascinating. Voodoo Mask for Leo style. Interesting.
That was an item that when it got released, everyone was saying that, oh, everyone's going to pick it up super early, you know, and it's going to be a big deal, and then nobody ever did.
I'm wondering if that's to get the Eternal Shroud. The Eternal Shroud seems really good.
It is.
Really good. I think it's borderline broken, so maybe that's why Leo Tel's going for it. It's not a bad idea.
Setup stun there into King Jungles. Avalanche, though, in the choke point now. Oh, they actually will be able to break that Dream Coil. The swap not going to be long enough to save Leo Style either. Wu, with the Haste Rune, might be able to outrun. Oh, maybe not even ADR. No, he's going to be able to live for now. But Thunder Predator there, they are going to be suffering to the... Just the good fight, the team fight that SG currently with the puck Tiny are going to have in a chokehold like that, or a choke point in a map, rather.
I like the intimidation by Pango, but I don't like their decision making too much here. I feel like they're running into SG's hands. They're giving Terrorblade a lot of space, which is great, but do you really want to fight with only Terrorblade being your core, considering they do have a puck and they do have an ET and Tiny to burst them? You know, like, yeah, it's not like an auto win for them, but if you're Penguin, you're saying you can't really defend the King that is Terrorblade, how are you supposed to win this game? But you can't really get the even matchup between PA and Terrorblade if your Terrorblade is being bursted out by the rest of the heroes. So I don't know. I don't love these plays. I feel like Pango this game needs a lot of items as well to be useful. I mentioned earlier he needed the Shard really once it gets minute 20. I mean, he's going to buy Shroud first, then the Shard might be a necessity, and then he can maybe finally buy items for himself and actually be a more useful hero. We'll see. It's tough playing Pango against a puck, I think, most of the time. Even against a PA, they also burst you down relatively easily. So it's but Pango's not great against those kind of teams.
Yeah, they do. You got to stand still during your cast animation of the Rolling Thunder. PA can jump on you.
Look, counters that.
Yep, and then look for the kill using the bonus attack speed from Phantom Strike. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can be in some trouble this game. Sacred as well. He's not really found too much action here. Once I don't know. I mean, when lane started to break down, he was still finding kills here. But for the past 3 minutes, it's kind of just been him farming, which is fine. But again, even heroes that do farm the jungle naturally quite well are not finding a whole lot of farm because of this patch. Sacred now running on in, did not even hit the stun on the Theo Licor. I think he no longer wanted to be there, but finds himself now dead as caught by the Dream Coil is Slade. And this is going to get Leo Sal to jump on in, though. There's the kill at least onto Theo Licor in return, but you have lost 2, and now ADR is godlike here with a double kill, showing off the Blink Dagger and the Witchblade. And to add problems here to Leo Styles' game, it is going to be the Aghanim's Rush here for ADR, the next item.
Yeah, it's a necessity this game, right? Not only is it counter to the Pango, but also as a bother to the TB, who might be considering dealing with the Puck and the Tiny, which is the simple BKB. Not going to happen if the Aghanims comes in time. That's why it's so important to keep the Puck lower than your team. I don't like the choice that ADR is considering now to go for the E-Blade. I think the Dream Coil is a great safety mechanism for the BKBs, and I don't think that the damage, the extra damage from the E-Blade is justifiable, because contingency plans are always great to have on your team.
Yeah.
Right now, this feels like a very all-in strat, and I don't know how much I like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, to be honest, because it's not like the PA's jungling speed from before, right? And you have to remember, PA is now a balanced hero. They took away 50 of the Phantom Strike cast range. Theo Licor in trouble, though, will be stunned up. There's going to be a big supernova, though, in the river, as Sacred will be right-click down Earth Splitter as well to slow down the rest of Thunder Predator, who are looking to retreat, but they've lined themselves up for a 3-man coil. Jumping on in, it's going to be the PA, but she gets bursted by Minos. He's not going to be able to get further kills than that, as he will quickly fall, and Wu is going to be popped by Theo Licor. Sladen will be the only survivor here on the side of Thunder Predator, as SG will lose their PA, which will stop them from doing Roche. At least that's the good news for Thunder, but they will now lose their big, tall demon boy in that fight. Almost had BKB there as well.
And that's bad. That's what I was talking about, right? Where I feel like the PA doesn't actually have to do that much, because all she has to do is bother the enemy team enough as they deal with the Terrorblade, which is your only source of damage, as Pango and Sanking have fallen behind too much. I don't know. I don't love the way they've decided to run this match. I feel like the 4-protect-1 style that was so popular last patch is a bit nerfed. For some of the changes, as you mentioned, right? Like the jungle changes one of them, certainly, because you can't amass so much gold that easily. But also the shards making everyone slightly useful means that there's better to have more divided farm in the map.
Yeah.
Among other things, right? I also find that there's more versatility in carry lineups, so there's a lot more adaptability by heroes in general due to the shards. Talk about shards. King RD, dude, why are you buying Shivas and not Shard? Just get the Shard. I know that you love the Shivas, but the Shard is so useful.
I think
so great.
I think it's fine this game here to go for the Shivas. I mean, he's going for the Midas, so I think it would be really greedy to then go for a Shard. I think you just need an item like this rather early.
Oh, to deal with the Terrorblade. Okay, I see that. Yeah, okay. I guess you need to be a bit of the aura carrier.
Yeah, because if it was a 4 Phoenix, I agree with you completely. Because first of all, why build Midas on? It's just a different build. I think maybe he'll go back for it right at some point here. Yep. Moonlight Shadow here, as the rest of Thunder Predator could potentially look to collapse on all of SG Esports, as they will be able to get that D ward. Reflection to slow them down. They're looking for the kill onto Costa Beal. That arrow will just about secure it. Rolling Thunder to follow on up here, but the rest of Thunder Predator are going to be looking to try and escape. They've actually gotten the swap on the King RD. No longer has the Icarus dive, so he's easy picking. So they have managed to stun the Puck, but she did actually get into the Dream Coil. That means she's not able to go any further. Sacred, though, unable to line up the stun, unfortunately, and that should be ADR off and away. Dropping the Dream Coil just to slow down his pursuers. Still getting slowed by the lucky shot of Leo, but they're not going to be able to chase any further.
I think that
looking for Roche here. I don't know if they can get it done.
Yeah, they have bench though.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah, so I mean, they have a medallion now, but
yeah,
just
and they can use meta in 7.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they will for the Roche shot. Oh, they also have lucky shot, right? Lucky shot plus bench.
Yep.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yep.
That's
okay.
enough. Well, the Puck though is coming in.
And they can slow it by a long time.
That's a good stomp. Sanking, stopping KJ. Arrow to boot. Starstorm. KJ's down. Okay, that was an easy start. That's your stomper down. That's easy.
They did force meta, yeah. ET, he's really good at slowing down things like Roche and high ground sieges and all this, but at least there they do force the metamorphosis. I think Thunder, their calculus is they couldn't afford to risk it. King RD respawning, Costa Beal respawning, and you don't want to be taking a bad fight there in the Roche, but that could certainly spell disaster for you.
I want to say, by the way, that I was looking actually at some of the shards. I don't know the patch memorized by heart, particularly all the shards, right? I am learning as we go.
What do you mean, Alvaro? It's been 72 hours or something. It's unacceptable that you don't have everything memorized.
I'm sorry. I was doing Dota Pit, so unfortunately I couldn't really study for this. But, was it been 72 hours, really? I think it's 48. No?
48,
Almost.
yeah. 48 plus
the Aghanim shot
2.
for the ET actually allows him to switch with the Spirit when the Echo Stomp, so that could be a good way to get close to the Terrorblade, right? And actually produces armor to make PA more effective. The problem is that right now, since PA only has Battle Fury Desolator, it's not useful enough just yet. But after PA gets her PKB, and she's ready to fight it more reliably, because there's not going to be so many stuns, maybe the Elder Titan can consider this and go for like a suicide mission where he stomps and gets close to the TB, and then PA just finishes him off. Because with 0 armor, TB's made out of paper, right? Like,
yeah.
He's super weak here.
Yeah,
he hasn't gone for an Assault Harass this game.
He builds plenty of stats this hero, right? He doesn't really build any plus armor items, so yeah, he is purely just a crap ton of armor.
He should consider an AC this game, honestly, just because of the existence of the ET. Like, AC is not bad for TB in general, right? Because it makes your illusion attacks faster, it makes you attack faster, it's whatever. But the extra armor usually is wasted on him. However, against an ET, consideration.
Yeah, I agree. Thulicord here to break the smokes. He's going to be scouted. Oh, nope, they don't see him in the trees. He's off and away. That's going to get Alvaro to clap.
Oh, sorry. I don't even notice I do that sometimes. I'm trying to...
It's something you've started doing recently, as King Jungle's going to get stunned
I've
up.
always done this.
No, you started during Realms Collide too. We've casted and lived together for a long time.
Or
when you cast it in Spanish specifically for Beast Coast games. Especially during the draft.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've clapped during a lot of drafts. You don't know me.
No, you very rarely do it in English, but now you've started with Realms Collide too.
Oh yeah, because I guess Realms Collide 2 changed my chip, right? I was not doing SDA. I was doing South America.
No, I don't know.
So my inner Hispanic came out.
It's true.
Yeah, I know. I clap when the plane lands. I'm one of those people, unfortunately.
He claps when the movie's over.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah,
even
really
here at home, I always hear him clapping late at night.
Actually,
he's watching all of his movies.
I've clapped like a Netflix movie before if it was really good. Recently, I clapped at Alice in Borderland. It was a really good show. Some of the clever parts I was clapping. I don't know. It's just natural expression. I don't know.
He claps when he eats a bunch of good yogurt.
Oh, I do. But that's... I mean, I'm clapping at the yogurt, right? The yogurt is somewhat alive.
Yeah,
right?
By the way, here, so I just saw King RD just get 25 gold each from all those creeps, and he's getting almost double that from the lane creep alone. So you can see the jungle creep really getting
medium
nerfed.
cap now. Ooh,
yeah,
that's true. That's pretty cool.
Thulicord looking for the kill on the Slathin with the Blink Dagger. I was able to find it here. He's actually going for the Echo Saber here. So a little bit of a greedier position for it. I do like it, as that's the way to kill the Mirana. Arrow will be connected onto Thulicord.
Oh, nice Supernova.
It's a kill there. Yeah, Supernova to stop Leo style from getting the kill.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's going to get stunned by that, as the Supernova stun does pierce BKB. And any magic immunity, actually.
Yep. Oh, he does have the roll-up already. I love this build. I think it's really smart against the puck. Like, you punish the puck for not going for the Ags, and in general, roll-up is a pretty decent item, especially against the PA, because she jumps on you, you roll up, and you're actually like a real armadillo. You just walk away.
All right, there's going to be another support bursted. Thulicord with another kill. I wonder why we're not purchasing this E-Blade yet, though. We have enough money for it. It's 2,800 now, all of the Eagle Songs,
he
Reavers.
just got enough money for it, though, to go near the secret shop. I don't think he's been able to go to
No, he has. He has enough money. It's 2,800
no,
now.
I know he does. I'm saying that he got it before he could access the secret shop. Because he was in the enemy side of the map.
Yeah, but he was right next to the enemy secret shop.
You don't think so?
Dire's middle tower is
Look,
under
he's not buying
attack.
it now.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm just shocked because he can buy it from the enemy secret shop too. Because ADR, I mean, they got a kill right here.
Yeah, but the enemy team was around the secret shop. That's what I'm telling you. He was afraid of going near the secret shop.
Well, they weren't that afraid.
I think that's
kill
what
there.
he's
I mean, it's
saying.
fine.
I think that's why he did it. Otherwise, there's no other explanation. That's what I'm telling you.
He is blown up as they connect another. Just a lot of damage onto him. We still have another 20 seconds of this Aegis, so just a farming Aegis, a little bit of map control. They got a tier 2 immediate out from it, got a tier 2 bottom, and now they're going to go high ground here. They will pop meta here. Of course, Aegis is expiring soon, so that's the reason. Still have a 10-second BKB as well for Minos. What do you mean he got the wrong one?
He played the illusion as opposed to the third one. I mean, I've never seen someone confuse that, but I guess with Manta style, that's possible, right?
Oh,
no,
they got the real one, though.
Right one. Yeah.
That's the one they were looking for as Aegis expires. They will have to swap away from Minos. He needs a Sunder target. Thank you, Leo Style, he says. He's going to be able to use him for his HP. Minos, though, using the 10-second BKB to run.
Who do you sunder? When you're in a mode of panic, who do you sunder? Your mid laner who has no healing items, or the Mirana with a creep? The mid laner.
I mean, you say that, but Pango already back to full HP.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to the teammates like putting a lot of effort, but just under the Mirage next time. That was so dangerous unnecessarily. That was hilarious. That was the most Mino's play because he realized that he walked into the air splitter without any reason. He just walked right into it. It's like, oh guys, I forgot this Pierce's BKB. Sunder, Leo.
Yeah, I think it's half the damage does, right? Because ET's whole shtick is that he's half physical or half magic, half physical. So
no, the whole thing pierces it.
The
it's when
whole
they changed,
thing, huh?
It's when they changed the BKB. Remember that they made it so that anything that pierces spell immunity. Yeah. The air splitter was never
going to be stunned up there. The arrow, though, to connect onto King RD, that's going to allow Leo to easily get off the Rolling Thunder. The puck will be able to escape. Echo Stomp, though, onto 2. They could try to counter-initiate, but they did already commit the Dream Coil here, and ADR still might end up dying here to the Urn of all things. He can't stay in the phase shift long enough. That's now 700 gold into the pocket of Slavin. He was getting that kill regardless with Urn or with the arrow.
Yeah, but the arrow there towards the end was very beautiful. He didn't do any shenanigans there with the blink, waiting for it. Nice. This is very near a cliff, so it could have gone badly for them. So
yeah,
you get rid of the puck.
He was dead no matter what. Unfortunately, that puck. 20 HP with the Urn ready was going to be a GG for that puck. Or the Urn already applied, not even just ready, right?
Yeah, but how much does the last, right? How much does that last?
Oh, it had more than enough duration. I was making sure.
Yeah, but I'm wondering like if you could just get off with it with like phase shift to heal back up, and then you wait and drift to put the high ground, use or chill. I don't know.
No, but puck doesn't have anything to heal. So there's no stick. The bottle wasn't in the inventory.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it's true.
E-blading herself is not going to work. Woo with the swap away.
See, Wu knows who to swap, right? Wu knows who the easy target, the hard target to kill is. We have MKB, by the way, on Minos. Now the PA is pretty much useless. She cannot have a game anymore.
Yeah, we need the supports to start making a bit of a difference. And King RD as well, who's been unfortunately just catching arrows left, right, and center here. He's going to get a golden glove for that one, but perhaps not the game win, as there goes Sacred again, looking to set up for yet another arrow on a King RD. He's going to dodge this one as Ghost of pops the BKB. Now we see the Supernova come out. Look at the damage on the Leo style, but they are going to focus onto the egg real quick. The Quota will be next, as even though the Earth Splitter connects on a 3, it's not going to help SG whatsoever in this team fight. Already 2 heroes dead.
Wow.
It's going to be another tier 2 push top lane, and likely mega creeps here, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, I mean, Minos could have maybe killed even one more hero in the duration of Supernova. It's good they just concentrate on the Supernova. He is still very slow, which is, of course, his weakness here, but now the puck and Tiny can't burst him down, and PA still deals negligible damage. It's really difficult. ET has not been a factor against this Terrorblade. I really would have liked it much more if they ran the ET off lane and the Phoenix 5, in hindsight, honestly. I mean, I did say it at the beginning as well.
And the puck eggs.
Well, yeah, that too. But
well, I mean, while we're just making a laundry list.
Yeah,
right?
we'll make a list of requests. Yeah, Pugax too, but I do agree that the ET was just not present in this game. That was a nice Dream Coil.
They almost hit Costabil, yeah.
That roll
good Dream Coil on the box. That'll stop that roll in its tracks for a little bit anyway. King Jungle
it was the roll up. It was the new ability.
All right, roll up stops you.
To prevent damage, exactly.
All right,
it's very useful because you can swashbuckle off it.
They are going to continue playing real nice and aggressive here. Wait. So if you swashbuckle, if you Rolling Thunder, then use roll up and swashbuckle, does it cancel your Rolling Thunder?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, so so not the Rolling Thunder. I didn't mean to say swashbuckle. I meant to say shield crash. So when you roll up, what allows you is that because you become magic immune during the roll up, right, and you're allowed to use it while you're leashed. Essentially, it takes away the leash status from you, which allows you to use shield crash effectively and allows you to also use Rolling Thunder.
I got you.
So it's very useful to particularly to counter that. That's why I was very surprised with the Axe, because the Axe gets rid of this problem completely, or should. I actually haven't tested it.
Back into the Roche pit. He's going to eat a stun, though. Minos looking to fight, but it's in a bit of an awkward spot. Has the Thunder ready, but doesn't need to use it. Doesn't even have the meta ready, but doesn't need it either, as Leo gets caught by the pinball machine. Next up is Costabil in the river, as Leo is going to go ahead and sit still for a little while. Let the rest of his team look for the kill onto Costabil, as down goes King RD now. Costabil with the 10-second BKB active, needs to use the Phantom Strike to get run away, and that'll be then pretty much Roche almost guaranteed. King Jungles as well as a free extra snack here for Thunder Predator. Thank you very much. What do you think ET is? He's like a bovine? Oh, there's the GG.
I mean, in Dota 1 he was Corn Chieftain, right? TC. And he was a bull. It was a Tauren, right? The Taurens like Minotaurs. I guess in the second one it's like a Titan, dude. I don't know. They're like godlike creatures, right?
Are they?
I think so. Well, I mean, I know Titans in the Greek mythology are like godlike creatures.
Well, of course, yeah, they're
so
they're even kind of above the gods.
Yeah, so there's like a bull when after you eat your children, like 1 or 2 5 children.
Yeah. And then one of them's a rock, and you got to vomit him out.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing, and that's
And
why
he-
his nose is messed up.
And then
now,
for
'cause
some
it's-
reason, all the children, like, they all have clothes and weapons inside when you spit them back out.
Well, because otherwise, that's the seasoning, dude. That's what makes them taste.
Yeah, all that salt and pepper that the Titans were eating. Thunder Predator, I mean, they're still hot. 3 games in a row on the day. Here's the 2-0 Beast Coast. They're going to need more than 2 games here against SG. So
They played so much better, and they had such a better draft. It was so difficult for SG. They drafted them 0 favors this game. Like, I don't understand why they thought this was a good draft, to be honest. Like, even with concerning the new patch, it seems more like an experimental draft than anything else. The PA versus T matchup was a bad idea. Running the ET as a 5 was a bad idea. They never really dealt with a TP to begin with, honestly. With a puck, you could have gone for, like, something a bit more useful here. It just was very difficult to play this, unfortunately. Even if they had played it at the best potential, I don't think they would have won.
And that's going to be game number 1 down in the books here, guys. Do stick around, as the first game for this new SG Esports roster is going to be a loss. We'll see how they're going to be looking to recover as we'll get underway for game 2 of the Movistar LPG Final Series. We'll see you then. Oh, hello, and welcome back, everyone. A little bit of deja vu, a little bit of je ne sais quoi, a little bit of omelette du fromage, as we have now nearly an identical draft here, Ava. What's going on?
I couldn't tell that was a presentation or a man having a stroke live on air.
Oh, a what?
A stroke.
A
Why
Manhattan?
would you speak- A man having.
Oh, a Manhattan stroke. That's a really good cocktail, actually. It's got a bunch of rye bitters in there. It's really tasty.
Yeah, it's not as bad as the Bloody Mary. That's when you really know you're having a problem.
Oh goodness, alcoholic drinks to kill you. What is this? Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, that's what it feels like today.
Yeah, right. It's really fast and loose cast. I mean, even I mean, what's going on? It was, by the way, a third pick overall PA, and then immediately Thunder Predator go, oh, okay, cool, TB insta pick. And
yeah, they're also playing. They're also playing. Whose line is it anyway? Right? They're playing scenes from a hat, and it's like drafts that you wouldn't want to do twice, and they're like, oh. Time to do this. PA Phoenix again against TB.
Yeah. And now I know SG like, no, punch out. Someone made a political joke. We're still level 2 improv. We don't know how to respond to that. Pick the Underlord. We need to Uber home.
SG. I mean, the other is a good idea to deal with the Terrorblade. Again, it's not going to make your Phantom Assassin matchup any better. I don't know if they thought maybe this time they would forget about the hero. I'm not sure. You would have banned it, right, if you would have covered the same things? Because the PA was truly useless. And Thunder is now asking themselves, so we just go for the exact same draft? Because Pango's pretty good here against Underlord as well. Right.
Yes, and the good news is that Thunder have actually done SG a favor here by already banning the Kunkka, right, which is going to be a really big counter to the Underlord, specifically just because you pull back usually the core, right? So yeah, I mean it's at least they're trying to deal with it here. Okay. Thunder, exact same draft though, nothing wrong with it last time, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the Sanking is fine this game. I mean, I can see why you prioritize Sanking over Pango, because if you pick up Sanking here, you still leave your mid laner for last, right? So you can pick something else. Like, Pango's good, but he's not as good. Sanking is fantastic, though, here, particularly against the PA. Underlord does nothing against Sanking, and Underlord actually really pales in comparison to a Sanking. Sanking usually sucks a bit compared to some other initiators, because usually other initiators, especially things like Mars and stuff with like big initiations, are a bit stronger. Like, your initiation is basically Burrow Strike, which it's great, but it's not. Burrow Strike is not the best ability in the world to initiate compared to like the big ultimates, right? But against an Underlord whose only initiation is Pit of Malice, you're kind of even. Sanking is just much better in that sense, right? Yeah. So Underlord is more of an aura carrier, which this game you don't really need. You need damage and you need some catch for the Terrorblade.
Well, you know, I mean,
Storm, I hope.
There's a point to be made, actually, in that sometimes an Underlord, if they're, oh, everyone get the hell out of here, you know, and he's going to toss a Pit of Malice down, the Sand King doesn't really care, right? Much like sometimes you see Sand King's Burrow Strike in a Chronos, because it's like, I don't care, I'm going to do my thing, right? So that's kind of, at least, there's another point in the Sand King column there.
That's true. You might even be able to completely ignore the Pit of Malice, like Burrow Strike from one end to the other, right? To still catch the people that are inside. You're totally right about
definitely.
That.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Axe is a really good item in this game, particularly as well. I agree. And also, remember that rooting doesn't actually stop channels, right? So you can actually continue to charge your epicenter. You actually have 0 stuns right now. I would pick up the Storm before this goes haywire.
Actually, they do have a stun. Technically, pushes up glasses. It's a Phoenix Supernova stun.
Okay. All right, Richie. I need you to come into our room and chore. No.
Radiant team back.
All right, there's a stun.
There's a stun. Snapfire.
What does her Aghanim Shard do again?
Scatter Blast pushes you to the
stuns
minimum duration, and it stuns for 1.5 seconds. Yeah. No, but it also pushes you. So it pushes you to the close range. You know, when it deals more damage, like that little small cone, and then it stuns you for 1.5 seconds, which is good. It's a pretty decent shard, I would say, definitely. I don't know if you've seen the build that Thompson has been running on every hero.
The E-Blade, right?
Yeah. Pretty good, actually, particularly against like PA, Terrorblade, these kind of heroes. I think Snap is a good solution to TB. I don't know if it's enough. Like, Storm is a better win condition than Snap, to be honest. And you do have Sanking and Venge, which are both, yeah, there we go. They actually ban the Storm themselves. Sanking and Venge are both very good against Snapfire, but...
I reckon it's a Snap mid, to be honest.
No, I think for sure it's a Snap mid. Yeah. I'm just saying that I would have rather had the Storm here, but for them, I think the Storm is a more reliable win condition. But Snap is an easier win.
You want what's his Aghanim Shard again? It's like Disco Party or Static.
Oh yeah, that one's terrible. No, that one's not great.
It's called
I mean,
Electric Rave. That's what it's
Electric
called.
Rave, yeah. I can imagine this game actually Electric Rave being kind of decent, to be honest, against TB, right?
Yeah.
Like you actually all jump on it.
Attack speed slows as
Right.
well. With
Yeah.
that actually, of course, you get that attack modifier with the Snapfire on the little shredder.
Yeah, but that's not why I was
No, I know. I was
suggesting the store, by the way. I was actually suggesting it to have a more reliable win condition. I'm thinking of what Thunder can run against the Snapfire that is good. The DP is actually what I was thinking. Because the DP shard's pretty broken, to be honest. It's
Yep,
really,
you
really
suck 0.75 armor per second.
Yeah.
And she's also
And it lasts 15 seconds.
super fast now. Of course, that's in exchange for no longer draining move speed. But I
Yes.
think that's a well worth trade for DP.
I mean, I think I would say it's overall a nerf because the slow is very, very valuable to keep people in place, right, with the Spirit Siphon. But now that
okay.
you have the shard to add to it, it ends up being a buff overall, right? Like the shard, I think, is so good that it really adds to it a lot. I mean, Kuroki's been running her a lot in the 5 position, actually, which I think is kind of viable now. Because you don't need to slow as a 5, right? But the minus armor is really useful, and you only really need shard, and you're kind of good to go. And you're always threatening, right?
Yeah, just EXO for damage passively in a team
Exactly.
fight.
Yeah, and they can't really concentrate on you first because you're a support DP, so they're going all on you first, and the carries are killing you, right? But I'm thinking of what can deal with the Snapfire now. Leshrek is fine. They could consider Leshrek. Let's just fine against Snapfire. It's not the best hero in the world, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
mind
kind
it.
of like the Pango again, to be honest, but the lane is so bad against Snapfire,
The
unfortunately.
only thing with the Lesh is that he's going to be trying to farm a bunch of stacks, kind of bumping up or bumping toes with the TB when he's looking to
I
be
would
farming
agree.
early in the
Yeah.
jungle. Especially because Underlord, he's not too great against the TB, but everyone boots TB out of lane eventually. He's just so weak without Metamorphosis, and eventually there becomes a point where he just has to leave the lane.
Yeah, Underlord's pretty decent against him without meta on, as you mentioned, like because Firestorm does bother him.
Yep,
And
yep.
stuff. So.
Yeah, so that's the only issue I could see with a Lesh, but I think it's fine. Like I was saying, Lesh is one of these heroes that flash farm stacks super early, so he's not super affected, super heavily affected anyway by the jungle creep nerf overall. So I think he can still get his early items and generally kind of carry the early game here. As SG, they can go with the Cowl in. I don't understand what they mean. I haven't tested it yet, but you can now cast what is it with the relic, or sorry, with the shard? You can cast remnant, stone remnant on your existing remnants.
Yes.
Is that just because they explode and do damage?
Yeah, it's also because they give vision as well now. That's why. It's really just that.
But they all give vision, right?
No, but now they give it like actual vision. Like they used to give us very small.
No,
right now it's,
I
like,
know,
full
but you don't need to enchant it to give it vision, do you?
What? No, they always give vision.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you would ever want to enchant remnant a remnant.
Bad Rider. I was actually gonna suggest the Bad Rider, to be honest with you, because I think it was actually a pretty decent hero against Snapfire. But the issue is, of course, the Scatter Blast can still be a problem. But I was smelling the Bad Rider here for League of Style. That's nice.
What does the Bat Rider smell like?
Gasoline.
Tar.
Like you ever been you went to public school, right? You know that thing that the kids used to keep in bags, that 16, it would smell the bags. It smelled like that.
No, Alvaro, I went to a white classy school. Our kids did cocaines and hit their jewels in the in their vape pens.
No way
in the
they
bathroom.
hit the jewels. They had jewels?
No, I
All
don't
right
think so,
there?
because I graduated in 2016. No, vapes were a thing. Vapes were a thing, and jewels, yeah. That was out my senior year. Yeah.
Wow, I come from a much rougher place. In my place, there was tobacco. Nobody had a vape.
No one really very very few young kids smoke in the U.S. Actually, I gotta say.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
very
overall, I mean, okay, smoke cigarettes, of course. Smoking
No, I understood.
vapes
I
and jewels
understood,
is yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a upgrade somewhat, right? Like,
Yeah.
At least smoking is frowned upon. In
Anyway,
Spain,
you can-
lots, especially women. Oof, so many women smoke tobacco.
Is
in
it
the
is
early
it
young
still
years.
seen as a sort of dietary supplement, or talked
No.
about that way to like because smoking does reduce your appetite, right?
Yes, I not that. I mean, at least the women I talked to was not because of that. That was not the
Okay.
reasoning.
Okay.
But like it was very like almost everyone in my class, like almost all the women in my class smoked. Whereas the men, it was like some did, some didn't. It
For some
depended.
backstory, though, Alvaro went to a very private school, though. I went to
Very,
a public
very
school.
private.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But it was also in Spain. So it's
I
a very
mean-
different scenario.
I
No,
mean,
I'm trying to say like the cultural difference was still mostly Spanish, right? So the people were like. That's
you
why-
got to
that's
you
why
got to
it's-
remember, you got to be a little bit more clear, right? Because we're back in an American tournament here.
Oh, it's true. Spain's a country in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the west. It's you know how there's a face kind of like at the end of Europe? That's Spain.
They eat a lot of jamon.
I wish, dude. I wish I could afford a lot of jamon.
Jamon.
It's very tasty.
Yeah,
We give our pigs only give them black acorns so that they taste better, and it's called jamon de pata negra, and it's literally called like black. What was it? Black foot or black?
It costs. What does it cost? Oh goodness, it costs something like
It's ridiculous. Very expensive.
like 30 euros
A pack?
yeah, something like that for like maybe 100 grams or something.
Little tip, by the way. Someone who my dad actually comes from where they produce this ham, by the way. So little tip: don't buy those packs. Like if you ever see like jamón de pata negra and it's like imported or whatever, it's pointless. Like it honestly will taste very similar to other kinds of ham. When you really can notice the difference in flavors when you actually buy like a carving station and you buy the actual like the leg and everything. There you can taste a difference. But if it's like already sealed, honestly the more expensive ones are not that different. You can buy like a 10 or 5 euro one or $10 $5 one, and it's the same taste more or less.
I got you. So what you're saying is that don't bother buying the jamon. Just bring a Lunchable to Spain and eat that ham.
Not Lunchables. No, you absolutely no. I'm telling you, like you have to go to the pig and you have to gnaw on the leg of the pig before they slaughter it, so it's as fresh as possible. Even I know what those are. Those are nasty, by the way.
They were not good.
They are nasty.
While we're speaking about school, right? It's still getting paused here. My parents would, they were very kind and always would make me a lunch almost every single day, at least throughout when I was young in middle school and whatever.
My parents also almost loved me every single day.
But yeah, I guess they stopped loving me in high school because they were like, make it yourself, and I was like, okay, fair enough. And
my dad too.
And what was great is that when I was
I think
little,
all parents get fed up at the age of 14, more or less.
They're like, do it yourself. You're old enough now. You know how to make a sandwich. Can you cut bread? Yes. Okay, then you could make a sandwich. But I would always see other kids get Lunchables. I was like, I don't want one of those. And I bought one for myself one day. I was like, this is not that good.
No, it's awful, right? Like, but they're marketed to be like they look really tasty. But I had a tasty one. When I went to America, it was one of the exciting things I wanted to try. Was that and your TV dinners? I was excited to see what it would taste like.
TV. What is this? The 70s? Come on.
Yeah, well, I live in Spain, dude. We get old American media. What do you want me to tell you?
Gracious.
I saw it on South Park. I was like,
That's
I want to try
amazing.
a
A TV dinner.
They were both awful. They were both awful.
I've never had a TV dinner. I will say though,
It's not.
I think a lot of frozen food gets a bad rap. Because like
It's just not as good as fresh food.
Well, of course, sure, but it is convenient, and like there are some really good frozen food services in the U.S. It should be.
No,
said.
I'm not one of those people that goes, if you freeze it, it takes all the nutrients away. Like I'm not saying that, but it just didn't taste great. Like
No, that's
TV
what
dinner
canning
particularly.
does.
Does it actually?
Well, no, not really. You do have to put a bunch of stuff when you can stuff to make sure, and you have to like really overcook it to make sure it's like super sterile, basically sterile in the can. But yeah, generally speaking, for most things, especially things that last forever in cans, yeah, they do end up losing a bit of their flavor, or they're like overcooked almost always. So just as a result. Anyway, taking a look at our draft, pretty identical from SG, of course. The last, for Thunder Predator, the last pick, Bat Rider, going to be the biggest difference to be trying to counter the ADR Snapfire. Enough about Lunchables.
I was so fascinated by this conversation. I honestly, again, think that SG had their draft is not doing them many favors, but I do find that the Snapfire can be a better solution than the Puck, right? Because Snapfire does, like, Puck scales not really well in the magic damage department unless you buy the Dagon. Like, you're very useful for the first 25 minutes and you fall off. Whereas Snapfire, because you can buy an MKB with a little shredder, you always have like that mixed damage no matter what. And if you even go for the Ags, right, even more.
Yeah, and it's a good transition, right? Snapfire, just as the Puck, it can clear waves relatively easily. Or stacks, actually, if you want to. Great team fight presence. I think a lot of mid lane Snapfires, I like to see them rotate right around when they hit level 6 to gank one of the side lanes, because it's the cast rate is insane on the kisses, right? The artillery just starts raining down, and if you have a single stun on your team, which we don't on the side of SG, besides the Snapfire and the Earth Spirit, of course, you might be able to actually turn that into a kill very easily here, especially against a TB. So I think I like it too. It's going to have to require ADR to be really active in this early game, but I'm eager to see how he plays this one.
Yeah. The mid lane as well with the batter makes it a bit more difficult as well, or to have the Snapfire come online entirely. So that was also another point that Thunder Predator can use to their advantage, right? Last time they seemed to sacrifice all their efforts just to make the TB strong, and it worked out for them. I think this time maybe... Actually, you can do that even more, right? Because Bat Rider is not a very independent hero, so he's going to be useful no matter what.
No. Just checking to see if Batrider got any further nerfs and quite a few changes. No longer does less damage to creep is, I think, just overall really nice to him, though. Damage pretty significantly reduced, especially early on, however. It's gone from 10 to stack to 6 to reflect that change as the Liquid will die. Up top lane, that's going to be the level 1 Metamorphosis into a Magic Missile and a little bit of minus armor to boot with Wu having a Blightstone. What's this? Oh, bottom lane, another arrow is going to connect onto Costabile, and guess what, Costabile? You might be in a new game, but it's the exact same combo that almost kills you. He's going to stay alive due to the grace of the Fairy Fire. Healing Cell from King Jungle's immediately cancelled by Sladin. On this lane already off to a bit of a rocky start here, Avo.
Yeah, it's not the great. It's not like last time where we saw. No, actually, no. It's the exact same thing, right?
Yep. It's
I was
the
thinking
exact
it was
same.
the domination from the beginning last time too. I guess it was, right? Because this lane is just very difficult to play as PA's Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix affords. I think Phoenix is a bit easier than ET, to be honest, because ET is very weak to sanking. Phoenix at least can annoy the sanking, especially once you hit level 3. Maybe this lane might change a bit more. And I like the lane composition a bit more overall, but Sacred is still very powerful, right? And you can still afford to go for the full Power Strike into Caustic Finale build, and then you're in a bit of trouble.
Yep, and of course the with the bonus attack speed. No chance there. Sladin finds himself slowed by the Fire Spirits, even level 1, having a pretty mean attack speed. Slow, you can always lose that D-Ward war. But yeah, I mean, of course, like you're saying, the setup for Burrow Strike into Arrow is just, it's easy, it's really consistent, it's reliable, and it's a bunch of damage for you early on. And we'll see. Scostabile might just eat another one here if he's not too careful with his positioning. Sladin just always threatening to really go for one, forces Scostabile to play a little bit differently with the creep lane aggro. As that's an Icarus dive. Oh, he's going to try and stack the camp, I guess, but Sladin can just body block it here.
Yep,
yeah, so he tips him.
Have you seen that the camps, by the way, their stacking zones are massive. Like, the spawn zones are massive. I feel like you're up in a minefield, especially the pulling camps. It's so much easier to block them nowadays. Or, well, not nowadays, literally since the patch, right?
Have they changed any of these?
Yeah, press alt, you see.
I don't know if this is, I think, always what it looked like.
No, dude, no. They've increased the size. Especially, like, look at the Ancients. You can really tell for the Ancients, for example.
No, this is always how they've looked like.
Are you certain about
this? Yeah. The only change they made to the map was that they made this camp easier to stack because the creep will chase you a little bit longer now. That's the only change they made to the map.
Sure? I could have sworn the spawn box.
No, they made no changes to the map, my man.
Am I going insane?
You are.
The small camp also always this big?
Yeah.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's because of yeah. I don't know what to tell you. We caught that kill onto Sacred there. Costabile just doing a bunch of damage to him. Sladin has to use all 3 leap charges, though, to get the kill in return on the King Jungles. He's going to TP onto the tier 1 tower. As no one but the Earth Spirit is going to be the only one to rotate over for the mid lane rune. Neither Batrider nor ADR particularly care. It was a regen, though. That would have been nice to have, as Minos will get the kill onto King RD. Field equal, though, able to roll on away.
So, thank you for that correction. I'm sorry I went insane, I guess. Then maybe just the new patch, you start seeing things, you go, they must have not changed that.
No, I totally know the feeling. Yeah, unfortunately, that was something I was a bit I don't want to use the word disappointed in, but
with the lack of map changes?
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing the map change. Specifically, I think seeing Radiant mid lane again get a rebalance here. ADR, by the way, is going to die. Cookie to try and buy him a little bit of space. Leo style doesn't leave enough mana for the rolling boulder. They will turn, though, and actually ADR is going to live. I think I accidentally said Leo style is going to die. I meant to say ADR, but it is actually Leo style that ends up dying here. I'm like a broken clock here. I was right.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I would like to see some map changes as well. I find that right now the map still favors Radiant in a lot of aspects. You know, the Roshan advantage with Radiant, the triangle positioning, the mid lane, as you mentioned, is much better for Radiant the majority of the time. There's some heroes that can use dire jungle better, but there's not many.
Yeah, I think this sort of area, this chasm, is like really cool, but it makes it really hard to gank from the top lane because the ward is super easy to place here.
Yeah, Dire doesn't have that kind of advantage, right?
Nope.
Exactly.
If anything, it's a big disadvantage because look how little vision the tower has, right, compared to what it has on a Radiant into the trees.
Wu is going to die here in the top lane with a Pit of Malice. Nice kill.
Yeah, that was something I was looking forward to. But yeah, the only change they made, considering creeps or the map in general, was this camp. That's it. Yeah. I mean, I think Ice Frog is probably looking to try and, you know, when you troubleshoot something, I should say, you're always wanting to try and isolate the issue, right? And I think for now, especially when you add a bunch of new neutral items and a bunch of new items, generally speaking, and to kind of change the pace of the game.
Suicide at this point.
Yeah. Oh, kisses.
Okay, Slavin, did he just waste Mortimer's kisses on purpose? This is the best bait of his life. Oh my goodness. DR actually got baited completely
die
by
now,
Slavin. Yeah, he's gonna die to the Firefly. Wait, one more hit.
Oh,
he
no.
can't get it, Leo. He has
No, he's
haste
gonna
rune
die.
though.
Yeah.
He has haste rune. Yeah, also has lasso if you want to take someone with him, but I don't think he has to play that aggressively. That was amazing.
Oh.
Slavin, they do hit him with a spear still. They punish him.
Oh,
He gets
King
the kill
Jungle's
against King
gonna
Jungle.
die.
Slavin, you god.
He's
Can
not
he
gonna die.
No. Wow, he's gonna survive.
That's it.
That's worthy of a clap. That's worthy of a clap, Slavin.
That Icarus die was very questionable. I mean, first of all, he has to
I mean,
leave the
everything
bottom
that was
lane.
done there was questionable. The Snapfire even down is like, am I getting baited like a moron?
Yeah.
Yes, it was
And then
happening.
the
the
haste
Dakota is
rune-
also
Yep,
what?
super dead.
What? That was the best time to taunt, actually. The
Yeah,
chillest
he-
animation to an immediate death.
He
Also,
might
the
be dead as
courier is
well.
committing suicide. Yeah.
Radiant's courier has been
I thought he
Dude.
could have chased for that kill, to be honest. But King RD is a
He wanted the
tanky boy.
courier because it actually gives you more gold. Literally, he just opted for the courier. And that was the PA's courier going
Oh,
for
never mind.
her,
King RD
Void Stone.
didn't escape. He's still gonna die.
Oh, okay. I guess that you can do that too, right? You can get
Uh,
both. 4DR's here,
okay,
but
he's
he wasted
ganking.
Mortimer's kisses earlier. They have Sunder. They're going to use it as the cookie. 4DR, you're in trouble now.
Yeah,
I think
he's-
they can just chase after him. They have Quelling Blade here, cuts the trees. Minos being efficient. One more hit.
Why would you gank Minos when he still has Metamorphosis active?
And Sunder available as well,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean,
Wait,
Metamorphosis.
there's one more.
What do you mean? What do you mean? There's one more? Is
There's one
the
more
only
that's
court? No.
running into this slaughterhouse.
Stop
It
it.
is Thunder, stop playing. That's the
SG.
fourth one.
What are you doing?
They're using They're using this strategy where like they're gonna keep sending bodies and pray that Thunder Predator runs out of mana eventually or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure because they gave such a huge advantage, just particularly in Terrablade's lane. They gave him 3 kills to Terrorblade. His net worth is now 900 over, sorry, 1,100 over the PA.
It's ridiculous.
incredible.
I mean, space created for PA, I assume, as Sacred will be getting gone on, but he's going to just line up a beautiful 2-man Burrow Strike. Off and away he goes. I don't understand. That was baffling to me, to be honest, why SG decided that particular line. I mean, really, that started from ADR using kisses near the bottom power rune, right? And then
Yeah,
it was
that
just
was
kind
the
of a
big
clown
mistake.
fiesta for the next 4 minutes.
Well, because once that happens, one of that desperate moves, so you go like, oh, I gotta make
Okay,
myself
that's
look good.
yeah. Okay.
You know, back again. And then you just kind of have a bunch of brain farts together because you're trying to make something happen. You realize, okay, it's not our turn to make anything happen, right? But again, the draft is not really doing them any favors, right? Which is the big difficulty. Oh, I can't believe they glyphed. Just do not let 4DR farm. Wow. Leo Style even is baiting again. They want to make sure to
But
put this
again,
mid tower.
why do you glyph there? Or either or, right? Why do you glyph? Because that's going to obviously force Leo Style away from the lane because he's got no purpose to be there, right? Why do you glyph and then decide to roll in? It should be one or the other, shouldn't it?
No, Thunder Crit lift.
Oh, Thunder glyphed. Okay.
Yeah, you're confusing. Yeah. Thunder Glyph, so that the Scatter Blast couldn't kill the creep. So 4DR would have to waste double Scatter Blast. They had to waste more time mid because they're trying to waste Snapfire's time.
Yes.
Right now, Snapfire has to both be the Space Creator and also farm enough to deal with Terrorblade, which is a bit difficult because you're kind of fulfilling 2 roles at once. Underlord cannot do that because Underlord is unfortunately just a Space Creator at best, and he's a pretty bad one. Woo, by the way, the top
Yeah,
lane,
they're just gonna get woo for this, and they might take a couple of deaths. They
I think
cancel
they
one
cancel it.
TP. Oh, and they're gonna cancel the. Okay.
TC cancel a bait? Yes, it was. Right? Arrow hits.
Yeah,
the
'cause you're
Morphosis is here.
Minos.
Now everyone's getting baited. 4DR is the target. They have vision of him, so 4DR will die. Cookie's not going to be successful. King RD also in trouble as they have lasso ready. There's no way TPing in time. They don't even have to waste the lasso. Okay. I guess. More
This is-
food for Minos, right?
This is incredible. Minos has 6 kills on a TB 10 minutes into the game.
That's pretty insane.
That's
honestly.
like-
That's pretty. And all, by the way, without moving him from his lane.
Yeah. I mean,
Now they're going
to
for
be
Bane.
fair, though, there, Minos made a really good rotation. He was actually farming for about 2 minutes and walks back in because he goes, oh, boy, más comida, right? El farm. Ándale, way. and he just gets a bunch of free farm, and he's killing it this game. 6-0-1
He's still not Mexican.
is ridiculous. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you to notice on that one.
I wasn't. I noticed the first time, just face palming silently. Did you hear that?
And yeah, so I thought you were clapping because you were so happy.
I'm
No,
clapping
but
my face.
I clap with my face. No, but I don't know. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay,
He's got so much farm here. Top of the net worth.
The dragon decided he didn't want to stack. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
He pulled him back. The dragon's like, no. Poor Terror played. He even played that perfectly, and the dragon just did not want to cooperate.
Ice Frog is like, excuse me, the jungle is nerfed. you cannot stack.
Well, I mean, Ice Frog was like, in this patch we've added sentience to jungle creeps. Sometimes they will not follow through with their commands because they're living beings and they deserve some bit of randomness.
There's a kill maybe here on the Costa Beal in the mid lane. Yeah, he's got magic missile, the smoke. Unfortunately, SG, they woulda, shoulda, coulda. Yeah, but the thing is now Minos in a much better position. The TP's all ready for Thunder Predator as well. We have Boots to travel on Leo style. This is a tough kill here onto the TB, but they are going to try and go for it here. Ooh, no.
That's not the right way. Oh, he is rolling boulder.
Yep, here go the TPs already. The tier 1 tower. Can Thunder, though, close the gap in time? The cookie stun. They need the nuke damage now from Minos.
Yep,
they do silence him up for a little bit. He's going to be forced back. And yep, here you go. Thank you, Slavian. As King Jungles will be able to now actually get off a successful egg. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to live. And the bottom lane gank failed. As Minos is going to, yet again, get another assist. 6-0-3 on the TB 12 minutes into the game.
They're getting very outclassed, to be honest, both in play style. I mean, I honestly gotta admit that SG's plays are just not. They're not working. I don't really see a battle plan for them. I mean, it's because I come from casting a bunch of European Dota, but like a Thunder Predator seems to have a really clear battle plan in this game.
Overall, I can say, having casted, formerly the team known as Team Brazil, right? SG Esports throughout the run of the playoffs, that they have looked really clean before. I don't know if
that's what I'm saying. Like, have I gone insane in 4 days of Dota Pit and all of a sudden everything looks bad to me?
To me, yes. To me, maybe this is again, I think projecting a little bit here as ADR. Yeah, new patch, right? Maybe they're just trying to get something that works with ADR. That's not working in the mid lane. Another kill there as Sacred showing off the brand new Blink Dagger with a big kill onto ADR, who's got very little farm to show of right now, even farming more poorly than King RD, as there's a swap now to ensure the kill onto the position for Thiolicor. No one having a good game here for the side of SG right now. And again, I don't know. Maybe it is the new patch kind of getting in their head. As there's the roots. Can they kill Sacred? However, unlikely unless they get a crit off of that arrow. The Fire Spirit connects, so he is dead.
The Fling Dagger, but yes.
What did I say?
Arrow. Costavile in trouble. He's also going to die clearly to Minos. No MKB, no need. King RT is going to be pulled back, and King RT will also fall. I actually completely forgot that they hadn't taken the tier 1 in this lane because they were just farming between the towers like there was nobody's business, right? Yeah. Thunder Predator super casually strolling.
And you know what's crazy is that, I mean, it is only 1 point in the Atrophiora, but it's percentage based to your base damage, which TB has a crap ton of, right? And he is still running them over. 7-0-5. Like, it doesn't even make a difference here.
Yeah.
It's, no, I mean, I think it may be the new patch kind of playing into their heads. Maybe that's why
some people just don't adapt or don't play well in the new patch. I saw the same thing with OG yesterday, actually. They did not have a good game against
Minos? Oh, he's going to be able to easily live here and man fight through. He does need a Sunder, and he needs to find a target. He goes, thank you, King RD. And now Supernova is going to be a free kill there. I did order a scrambled egg on the side of my free win this game, says Thunder Predator, as I get another kill onto ADR yet again. And guess what? King RD, you're not going anywhere either. 4 heroes dead, all in exchange for Wu. As Costa to be at least off and away farming. Has not a bad time on the Battle Fury, to be honest, at least. But again, we've seen 4 Protect 1 just not work very well.
How casually Minos took that team fight. Like, the Supernova happened for a solid 3 seconds, and Minos was like just attacking other things. And then you can clearly see Sacred going, Minos el huevo, Minos el huevo. And it's like, okay, fine. Vale, man, no te preocupes.
No soy el huevón, cállate.
No, Minos is emo, dude. Minos does not answer that way. The guy he's just gonna go, yes, okay, I guess, fine, whatever.
Oh, okay. This is really aggressive from Leo style. He might pay for this one. No, actually, Costa Bill, they're so unconfident right now. They might have actually been able to secure that kill, but the new Thunder Predator, we're going to be rotating on over. They don't even go for the bounty room. They just feel so weak right now. I mean, they are, granted, they're down 9K already 15 minutes into the game, but my goodness.
Pause now from SG. I actually don't know what server they're playing. Could this be the
This one is
Peruvian
Brazil.
game? Oh, this was Brazil.
Mm-hmm. I was prepared for that. The admin said in the lobby it's going to be Peru, Brazil, Peru, and then we're going to do coin flips from there. But at this rate, honestly, Ava, we might not need to flip again.
Yeah, the fairest final ever, huh?
I mean, hey, if Thunder Predator are doing this well on the Brazil server, I would say yes, right?
Yeah, honestly.
Because clearly the ping is not the issue here. But we'll take a look here. Just add some items. I mean, this game, it already feels, just because this TB is so strong, like he's ridiculous already. 8-0-7, by the way. So this Terrorblade, right, has been involved in 1 kill a minute. He's got 8 of those are his kills, by the way, 7 assists. But his kill participation even is insane. He's only missed 7 kills of the 22 that his team has. And 22 kills is a lot for a game 15 minutes in. And TB being involved in 15 of them, my goodness.
Yeah, no, it shows a clear domination by the TV. I mean, to be honest, a lot of those kills were kind of delivered to him on his doorstep, right? The lane, a lot of the kills just happened because people just strolled in and underestimated his metamorphosis, to be honest. But I do agree. He's participated in a lot of kills. They've been doing a really good job right now. TV is hyper-farmed, and I don't know how the PA's ever going to catch up. Battle Fury or not, doesn't really matter. Like, the whole point is that you have to be 1 item up on the TB to really be able to match him, and you don't really have anything to deal with his armor this game. And Snapfire is just not farmed at all.
No. I mean, normally Kisses can do the job here, but that's not proven to be doing the trick here. Maybe with this E-Blade, they can hope for something, but that's still a solid 1,500 gold away here at this point. They are going to be looking to play aggressive. Maybe here with this Arcane Rune, that's going to be put in the bottle of ADR. He's going to be having a lower cooldown next time on the Kisses. But yeah, they definitely need to get something rolling here, because Thunder are just absolutely dominating this game. It's a full SNY already up for our TB. In fact, he's already has a full BKB, by the way, 16 minutes in. So I honestly don't know how you kill him now, because, I mean, the good news maybe if you can force a lot of these BKB charges early, that will hinder him late game. So maybe if you can try and feint, even just using Kisses here with the Arcane Rune. Unfortunately, they're heading in the wrong direction if that's what they want to do. But something like that to try and at least buy them time where the magic immunity runs a low late game. But it's looking real difficult for them here at this point. They're not able to, again, find anything. Another fruitless smoke gank here in the bottom lane is Leo Style. He reads the map really, really well here, and he's going to back off away.
We'll see how SG can try to turn this around, right? They still have a pretty decent team fight. They try to play around, you know, with Underlord plus Phoenix plus Snapfire. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's
enough to kill TP.
That's pretty solid team fight.
Yeah, and you don't have MKB still on Terrorblade, so there's still a chance that your PA can do some. I mean, at least, like, I guess the idea about Costa Vida in this game is just ignore the TB and go for everything around him. But the thing is, Sanking and Bat Rider are also really dangerous to the PA. So you kind of need to wait till you get that BKB to be able to fight, and then I think you might actually stand a chance.
Leo just barely missing the caster, yeah, just barely missing out on getting a lasso kill there onto the Theolicor Phoenix, which is, actually it's King Jungle's Phoenix, my bad. That's a little surprising. Usually Theolicor is like the go-to Phoenix player here for the side of Brazil SG Esports, right? In fact, it's one of his better heroes in my opinion. But nope, not today. He's on the position 4 as always, but they pick him the Earth Spirit.
That is true. He is a really solid Phoenix player. I think that this time the position 5 was just needed to be the Phoenix, right? I think with the new shard, the position 5 Phoenix is much more valuable, to be honest. Because you buy shard and you're pretty much good to go for the game, honestly, at position 5 Phoenix. Whereas position 4 Phoenix requires a bit more stuff. That's why we saw the offlaner not really going for the shard, right? Because there was no need for that. There's not, it's not such a high value item. For 400 gold, the upgrade it gives you is ridiculous.
That's true. Yeah, especially because it lets you farm incredibly quickly as well, to be honest. Just so much damage. Might as well. All right, here's a smoke gank. They are going to break the smoke onto Theolicor, but they have bigger fish in mind, and that's, of course, the ADR Snapfire. Perma-stunned here, basically to death, unable to act or input anything really there. And a very successful smoke for the side of Thunder. I mean, just honestly, just kind of highlighting the difference here in how the teams, how well Thunder is playing, right? SG, they smoke, take the exact same path, don't find anyone, waste a bunch of time, end up losing Roche. Thunder Predator get Roche during that failed smoke gank. They smoke, follow the same exact path, find a mid laner. I mean, right?
To be fair, you're as well within that question about play. The mid laner, why is the mid laner in the dead lane particularly? Why is the mid laner playing that role? Right?
Yeah.
When you have an Earth Spirit that could do that, or even a Phoenix that could both do that actually, or even an Underlord. Hell, use your off laner, but it should definitely never be the Snapfire playing the dead lane role, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of why I brought it up, right? That's just kind of is the sort of tagline, not a tagline, right? But that paints the picture of how this game is going, right? Game 1 was a bit closer, at least to start this one out of the gates. Already just ridiculous for Thunder Predator, as yeah, they are killing it. And we finally have tier 2s dropping, because again, it really feels like this TB is.
Just get the last bit. Minos, he's struggling, dude. That backdoor protection, finally, the creeps came by and helped him. Yeah, and that's what I was saying, right? Like, we can say it's a new patch, quote unquote, but it's not necessarily that the draft is awful or anything. It's more along the lines that I mean, it's not great for this match, but it's more along the lines that they're playing wrong in terms of tactics, which was the same as the last patch, right? Maybe you can argue its tempo and stuff has changed a bit, but they're making mistakes that would have been mistakes in the last patch as well. And sometimes it just happens that some teams get a bit just what was it? They get just a bit I wouldn't say confused, because that implies like they're stupid or something. What is it? Like it just puts them on a back foot when they have to deal with a new patch. And they're not as concentrated as they usually would.
Yeah,
they make more dumb mistakes.
King Jungles is going to die. He's going to farm the wave at least
but
before he
goes. But
goes.
he's the one that's supposed to die, right? He's the dead laner. That's the right play to make.
There's improvement. There's improvement.
Exactly. I mean, it might be a bit too late, but there is improvement.
Yeah, and that's the important thing here. As Costabil will be able to dodge the arrow sailing through, just missing that big old tail of King RD. By the way, seeing the size of Underlord, I cannot believe how small Hoodwink is. That hero is tiny.
It's a squirrel, dude.
I know, but I think she's even smaller than Rikimaru.
I mean, isn't Underlord supposed to be able to like be a car?
That is true. How else is he supposed to support, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class sedan?
Exactly. Have you ever seen a squirrel compared to a car? Squirrels are tiny compared to the Mercedes-Benz E-Class sedan. Sponsor our tournament, please.
Yes.
We're here on the Eeples platform.
There's now the mid-tier 2 down without much of a fight. BKB forced out by Costabil as he phantom strikes away because he doesn't want to get lassoed by the Bat Rider. Maybe it was the flame break he was concerned with, but now they need a run, and they have gotten the stun on the King RD. He's not even going to be able to get on home. Minos now godlike, doesn't even pop the meta for that one, Avo. King Jungles as well, going to take a dive. I think he just Icarus dived behind enemy lines and gets trapped there, had no safe escape. Now the creep wave showing up perfectly on time, and that's going to be the final tier 2 tower down here already 22 minutes into the game. Oh, no, they're going to back off, actually. They don't want it. I don't want it. Season 6 of Game of Thrones or Season 8.
Who's like, oh, right. God damn it, the throne killed my wife. That's why I gotta burn the throne.
Oh no, Costabil, he's dead in the middle lane because he gets hit by the Blink Dagger combo. I mean,
see, if this was if that was Daenerys and that was the Dragon of Game of Thrones, we just burn the ground now and be like, the stupid crown burnt the throne.
Yeah, that was yeah. I mean, obviously that's not why whatever his name is, burns. I used to love that series, and now I don't even care. They're just running into the base now. They don't care. Lewis died with a BKB. He goes, come here, ADR. Drags him right into the waiting arms of Minos. ADR is just dead. Supernova will not be able to get off either. 4 heroes dead, 2 with the buyback, but
maybe throw the GG, honestly.
Yeah.
It is dominant, too. And you don't really even have a good core-to-core for the late game, so it's not... Yeah. My suggestion for SG... Besides, I mean, obviously just taking a deep breath in the break between the 2 games and just recomposing themselves and going, guys, it's a new patch, but we're still the same team. We still know what to do. My second piece of advice is don't pick Phoenix and PA.
Yep. Go with something different here.
Or hear me out, ban the TB if you're going to do that, right? Yeah.
Oh, maybe a kill on the Sacred here is a good one. He's got a 4-staff, Blink Dagger in 2 seconds, a Burrow Strike to try and run. Arrow's going to miss, Kiss is raining down. There's a kill.
Slapping was like, I don't know, dude. I can't do anything. I try my best. I'm sorry. As he misses the arrow.
The Field Court is starting up. Minos, though, they're going to get another kill. Costabil pops to the BKB. Going to go for a little bit more. No, he's going to go in and back off now. ADR already using the ultimate. He's going to cookie up to the high ground. Slavin will chase. They're going to call the Uber to try and escape. Field Court, get on in. Everyone hop inside. They will all be able to get on board. See you later. All right, not too bad. They actually get a buyback out there from Sacred as well.
Yeah. That smoke is gonna Oh, he's going for smoke on smoke
for
action.
smoke.
All right, do we have meta up?
The
We
C
do
smoke.
not. This is not very good for Thunder, I would say. This actually might be a good chance for SG to go in. Oh, they catch
Oh, no,
Snapfire too
ADR.
early.
Yep.
Thunder immediately, and Snapfire's dead. In addition to King RT being in trouble, they activate BKB on Minos. He doesn't even care about the Thunder.
Yeah.
Wow,
He
they actually
doesn't
used the Flame Break to avoid the Rolling Thunder as well.
He doesn't
Rolling
even
Bolt.
need Metamorphosis. Would you believe that? He's just on the high ground. Thelico doing an insane amount of damage here. King Jungles does not have the Supernova for another 14 seconds, unfortunately. And there's going to be no follow-up. Leo's going to pop the BKB, which apparently does not purge. Oh, no, they refresh the Magnetize, and 3 more kills. A die back onto Sacred, but... and Costabile doesn't die at least that time. But that's now the 10 and 9 second BKB charge already used, 24 minutes into the game for you to have a hope, for you to even, you know, basically SG, what they've done is they have not let the door close, but through the door they have to look at a certain angle into 2 mirrors to even spot that glimmer of hope that they have in this game, because it's real difficult for them, Avo.
Yeah. I don't know what to even say right now. Like, what is it that brings you back into the game? If you had like a solid carry for the late game, I would say something. Or if the Snapfire was even a little bit more farm, so you could actually transition into a physical / MKB build, and I could see it too.
I mean, honestly, I mean, don't sleep on ADR if he can get farm, right?
Yeah, if he can get farm, but right now he's less farm than a support in this game.
Oh, I mean,
Right.
Absolutely. I mean, that's obviously an issue.
And
but
you have the space of a can of sardines. This is not great.
Leo Style might just abduct Costabile here as well. Now he's going to go ahead and play it a little bit more patiently.
I love to think the Bad Rider as the perfect guy to help the aliens.
What?
Yeah, no, he's
Abducting.
people, right?
Take me to your leader.
Yeah, exactly. You just lasso someone straight. Right? I don't want any probes. I don't want any probes, please.
At first he was Jon Snow. Now he's Cartman from South Park in the one season when they just probed everyone for some reason. That was just the plot.
That was the dumbest. It was very funny though. It was very funny. Very dumb.
It was really funny.
It wasn't even like offensively funny. It was just like plain absurd.
It was just stupid and really
Yep.
funny. All right, well, we'll see here. Thunder Predator, they're all warmed up. They're hot and ready to go. You know, I don't have any other more anything to point out here. They're just really good. Obviously, they're playing really strong, and then they go now to Roche number 2. And my goodness, do they do this incredibly with the Vengeful Spirit nearby. All the minus armor. They have as well a medallion up on Armorana. SG, they might be looking to maybe contest this, at least if they had the idea that it was going on, but they're not going to be able to get there fast enough. Second Aegis now for Minos, who, by the way, has now a full MKB and the Eye of Scotty. Oh boy, this game is getting real difficult. Leo's gonna make the jump. They already want to leave, but they're gonna be looking to kill ADR. See you later. Oh my goodness, the epicenter. Nearly killing all of them out, but maybe you have a good reason to be loving the Sand King. That was just Burrow Strike.
Burrow Strike plus Flame Break, yeah, dude. Burrow Strike plus Sandstorm damage with the talent. That's how it would. I mean, it's only 27 minutes in, and the enemy team has been really underfarmed.
Help, says ADR. Yeah, I feel you there. Whoa, okay, there's a half damage on the Sacred for free. Bad there. Big old crit. I'll take another one of those, please. Thank you very much. This is going to be then probably 2 lanes of barracks, if not the game. But SG, the good news is since they're so underleveled, all their respawn timers are really low. So they're going to be able to respawn.
You're really grasping at straws to try to give them some hope, right?
I mean, hey, they can come back. They only ended up using 1 ulti in that team fight. Sacred, though, nearly bursted down again by Costabile, but he's going to be able to force that down to the low ground. His King already won't take a second death. Oh, no, the kiss is... Okay, there's another kill on the Sacred. Rolling on in his Theo Licor and onto Minos. He has the Sunder, though, and, of course, Aegis, so he's very unlikely to die. And Costabile now is going to be able to nuke him down. ADR as well, using the cookie. That was BKB on the first life, Avo, and he doesn't have the Metamorphosis. There's the Supernova onto the high ground. They're going to kick him right back into the egg. Oh, no, too close to the egg. Oh, no, and then he's going to go ahead and tip Theo Licor for that one. Got a little bit too close, as Minos then will be able to easily escape.
Hey, they do continue this aggression. We still have Sunder on Minos. Minos, again, still does not care about the Metamorphosis. Costabile will try to fight him. There's the Sunder immediately. Costabile just gave him a free blood bag. Yeah. So bye-bye, Costabile. 4TR with a cookie is just going to call it GG. And when you see plays like them, right, those kind of plays have happened all of the game, but they've almost never really playing around the Sunder, which is crazy to see. It just seems like they didn't care.
I think, was that a flawless game from our TB? It was. 19,
I mean, no surprise.
0-3.
Absolutely dominant. I don't know what to say. Like, I think SG needs to recompose themselves, both in the drafting department and the playing department, in every single aspect of it. They seem to just not care. And they're gonna get steamrolled if they do one more game like this, especially now in Peru server. Brazilians have a considerable disadvantage when they play there because I think it's like 200, 250 ping, so that's gonna be tough for them now.
That is ridiculous, considering that like our ping to Peru is like 300, and we are literally on the other side of the world.
It's also because the connections are pretty bad there.
No, I mean, I get it, but it's like, my goodness. Well, that's game number 2. I mean, I feel like we said all that there was to say and even more about that one. We talked about Lunchables. We talked about SG using the same draft 2 games in a row. And we'll see as, listen, there's a tie-in for the Lunchables because right now they're basically just lunch meat to Thunder Predator. And they need to be more like that Iberico Jamon. So we'll be getting underway.
So that when Thunder Predator bites into them, they're at least tasty as opposed to bland.
I mean, right now, yeah, right? Grand finals here, 2-0, really going quite fast thus far, but we'll see as SG, they're going to need the reverse sweep to take the win here, going into game number 3. After a short break, we'll see you then. Welcome back, everyone, to the Movistar LPG Final Series Grand Finals with Level Plus and SeekNStrike Dodo. We're now live with game number 3 back on the Peruvian server. Thunder Predator 2-0 lead for them as SG, formerly Team Brazil, looking to have at least a win here and not get 3-outed on the premiere of this roster here. Let's see. They are going to switch up the draft. I wanted to come back nice and early just to see if they were going to pick the same thing again, Avo.
Okay, thank God we don't see Phoenix and PA again. They did bet Underlord, so they're planning something that gets countered hard. Like we're looking at a PL second pick or something like that. I'm not really sure. Because it's a really early ban of Underlord. I'm very surprised by that. I mean, I'm not saying Underlord's not a strong pick, but definitely not the Warren's first phase ban.
I agree. I agree with you completely. Yeah.
So maybe what are you looking for? Like, what are the heroes that Underlord's counted the most? Lycan, PL.
I don't think you can afford to really pick something like that here, though, because Thunder Predators are still going to have one pick to deal with it, which is the scary part, right? You have.
You don't even. Okay, so you have server disadvantage. You have first pick as well, which is worse against Thunder, particularly because they're really good at dominating that mid lane. That's tough, dude. You're in a bad position, and especially because you have to ban the Bad Rider, because Thunder loves doing that, where they go, "Oh, you didn't pick your mid laner yet? Let me pick a Bad Rider and cancel all consistent mid laners for you." Okay, and just profit or spit, not much. I mean, they usually play and they just profit on King Jungle, so I'm assuming it's support, but it could obviously flex. And melee the Timbersaw.
Yep.
If you want to play pause 5 NP, think again.
Yeah, that's going to be a real week here.
You just don't get to play.
Yeah, now it's almost a moot Pyro already. I think whoever's going to have to lock in the Fury is going to groan as they click that button, because it's not a fun game here. Timbersaw, by the way, I don't think he got too many changes. His Aghanim Shard is really funny, though. It gives him a flamethrower. Let me see. Oh, the Whirling Death Radius actually increased by 25, which is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, he didn't need any buffs anyway. He was already pretty decent. So
yeah, Timber Chain speed increased earlier, which gives him a bit more survivability, especially if you take a level 1 Timber Chain.
You're super good against MP, right? Because he's grass type, and now you're actually true fire type, so you deal double damage.
Is he grass type?
What? Did I just profit? What else would he be?
I don't know. I don't know Pokemon, so.
It's clearly grass type.
I
Look,
figured,
he's green. He's
to be honest,
covered by leaves.
I don't know why I questioned you, because I've seen you play probably like 4 different Pokemon games on the Nintendo Switch. I was like, you're like, no, this is different. This is the Pokemon RPG. Oh, is that different from the game you were playing? No, that was the Pokemon catching game. Oh, what about this one? No, that's the arena game. This one's the arena game. You can't mix them up. Oh, okay, dude, okay.
For people that are questioning, he just watched me play Pokemon Sword and Shield, which of course I was playing, and then maybe, yes, did I play like Pokemon Rumble and then Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Of course, but they're complete different games, okay?
And then are you excited for Pokemon Snap?
I am not. I actually hated Pokemon Snap.
Really? Did you play it on
I
the
don't
64?
understand the whole point. Yeah, I don't understand the whole point. It's like you took pictures of. I don't want to take pictures. I want to fight them.
I want to fight them.
Right? Or I don't want to fight them. Sorry, I want them to fight each other, because that would suck. Can you imagine? Like a fire-breathing dragon, you try to punch the dragon, he kills you every single time.
Alvaro uses punch.
Yeah.
Pikachu uses grab.
It's not
Alvaro
very
is too wet. It's not effective.
He says this because I have sweaty hands, not because of any other sexual connotation. Because that sounded very
what's
sexual.
the connotation there? Maybe you just got out of a pool or something.
All right. Oh, okay. Or I'm just covered in butter. I go around the world covered in butter.
No,
yeah.
You're a classy man.
Right?
You use ghee.
Yeah, that's true, actually. It's really expensive in this country, though, and that's weird because it's from India.
Okay.
Why is it so expensive in Malaysia?
Let's take a look here. Invoker, Drow Ranger ban, just to make sure the Timber can have a lane. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Leshrac ban here. Maybe they're considering if they just want to pick it up, though. It's not a bad pick versus the Furion, just because it's a whole bunch of AoE damage, more wave
It's also
clear.
a good block pick for the Timbersaw, so yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I think maybe it's a bit too early for Lesh, because you want to run him, like, if you run him here, you run him as mid, right? And you don't want to reveal your mid yet. If you can win the lane for Leo, I think you're... Like, I would actually pick up maybe my 5 and my carry here to make sure that Minos has a good carry before they ban all the good carries. And then give Leo whatever, honestly. Like, he has so many options. The guy has... His hero pool is as vast as the ocean.
As vast as the ocean. I like it. The Pacific Ocean, especially, is freaking massive. Okay.
I mean, any ocean, really. I mean, I am very small as a person.
I mean, that's true, but it's like, it's hard.
Can you imagine how many people you can drown in the Pacific Ocean? It's ridiculous, dude. You can probably drown the whole world population if you're efficient about it.
I mean, I don't even think you could probably literally drown, I think, 8 billion people in the Pacific Ocean and still have probably, I mean, if you count the 3D space, if you count the Z-plane in the ocean, you can probably give everyone like a cubed mile of space for them to die in.
Do you think the fish would be bothered by
No.
like the amount of humans you're
No,
dropping in the ocean?
they wouldn't. That's how big the ocean
that's
is.
food. That's food.
No,
right,
they
for
wouldn't
them
be
as well?
bothered whatsoever. It wouldn't make a difference, though. That's what I'm saying. That's how vast the
Really?
ocean is.
Wow.
The ocean's huge, dude. It's so deep.
All right. Well,
Like
if anyone wants to be a really efficient eco-terrorist, there's your answer.
Well, I think there's better ways, but I think it's not quite my platform. You have to tune into you have to read my blog. No, I can't joke about that because I don't want to be on a list.
Tough, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. I'm sorry. I tried to take the joke somewhere there. I don't know where I could take it. I'm sorry, Alvaro. That's a hard +1.
We just spoke about dropping humans in the ocean. How many of them we could drop?
That was
I don't know.
that was in the level 3 improv class. I never got there. As there's the gyrocopter pick. Then you know what? We're going to Vengeful Spirit swap out of this one
10
here.
seconds
Back into
remaining.
the draft out of that conversation. Now, of course,
5
an additional 100
seconds
units away from us.
I'm wondering what you could pick up against gyrocopter. I like the Drow pick actually, which they banned themselves. You want a hero that can deal like burst damage and beat him. I would even suggest the Clinks if it wasn't because he's trashed this patch. Honestly, Sven, is he still viable? Can you still pick him up against gyrocopter? He's quite a good matchup.
Isn't me or is the Rocket Barrage Shard pretty bad? It
It's
adds,
pretty bad.
It,
I
it
thought it
adds a
was pretty bad, at
second,
least.
but like it just feels really underwhelming.
It hits 2 targets now though, which is kind of decent, I guess.
Oh, is that what it
agree.
does?
That's what I understood.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
yes,
I
it
haven't
does.
tried it though. I
Okay.
haven't seen it. But
So
yeah.
it's you're right. I thought it just meant that it now hits an extra person. Like I don't know. I
I mean,
literally
it
had
usually
no idea
always
what
does
meant.
that, right? So it had to be like it hits 2 targets.
Yeah,
now
no,
with the
you're
same
right.
amount of
I've been
damage.
watching the little thing.
But I still think it's underwhelming though.
It is.
I still think it's quite underwhelming. But let's see what burst carry. I mean, I wouldn't even mind an Ursa here. It's actually kind of decent against gyrocopter as well. Would you want some sort of burst damage carry? Slark is pretty good against gyrocopter too. It depends though, because SG could still be running the gyrocopter like Thompson has been doing and running mid with the E-blade build, which I say Thompson. Yeah, I mean he's running everything mid with the E-blade build.
Yeah.
If they give him Buck and they're like, Witch's Blade, that's for suckers. I'm gonna run E-blade on my Buck. Lifestealer, I think actually Lifestealer is not that great. The new Lifestealer, I'm not too convinced on him because
the what is it called? The Ghoul.
Ghoul Frenzy.
yeah.
Yeah, so what they did was essentially for these people that don't know, Feast is still its own ability, still heals, but they took away the attack speed component. Instead, they
10
nerfed it by
seconds
half pretty
remaining.
much, and they give it to Ghoul Frenzy.
And
which
it's
is an
not on
ability-
rage anymore. It's they're
No.
like they keep
5
moving around the
seconds
attack speed on this guy,
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
they?
Because they want to balance him. So
Yeah.
Ghoul Frenzy now, it's an ability that slows the enemy opponent down, right? And then you have, of course, the typical Rage works the same, Infest works the same, and now Open Wounds is the Shard ability, which is okay. That reduces your lane sustainability, and it just feels like Ghoul Frenzy is just really underwhelming. It's like an There we go, the Gyrocopter mid, like I mentioned. It's like incapacitating Bite, but without the
bite.
mischance, right? And even the movement speed slow of incapacitating Bite was always underwhelming. Like it was never that great on Broodmother. So I'm surprised that they thought Ghoul Frenzy was a good idea. I don't know. I don't love the ability too much. Now Thunder is actually in a really bad position though.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think
5 seconds
you
remaining.
mentioned how you have to now take different skills. I think that's a really big nerf to Thunder,
team
or to the
back.
Lifestealer as well. Because I think a lot of the times you would see Lifestealer just get the single point in Rage, and then maybe even more points in Rage if they needed it, if it was a hard lane, and then Feast and max Feast pretty much. But now you kind of have to get a little bit of everything, which is going to hinder you in some way. Because you
10
need the
seconds
attack speed,
remaining.
right, to farm. But you also need Feast to be able to live in the lane, although this game that might not
And
be
without-
too easy.
And without Open Wounds, you also don't have that instant heal, which was very useful for Open Wounds, right? When you would go really low, Open Wounds is great on a creep, and you just heal back up full, even with level 1. So I completely agree. Yeah, it's a really difficult issue. And they also debated you with a Gyrocopter pick, because Lifestealer is pretty good against Gyrocopter if he's carry, but if he's mid laner, the E-Blade's still a problem against Lifestealer, and Ursa's going to become a huge issue to Lifestealer. And I feel like Ursa got a pretty nice buff this patch. His Aghanim shard is decent, but it's more around the idea that this patch benefits like this mid-game oriented team fight and less of a 4 protect 1, and Ursa's fantastic at
10
doing that.
seconds
I'm hoping
Ursa,
Thunder
by the
doesn't-
way, his Fury swipes now every 6 swipe on a single target gives
We'll give you
Ursa
1 second of enrage.
enrage.
Yeah, for 1 second. It's pretty good.
Radiant team
So we'll see now what they pick as the last hero for Thunder. They need a mid laner. that
And they
can beat
buffed
Gyro.
Overpower. That's really nice.
Yeah.
I think that was
Pretty good.
necessary because no one would just take Overpower, right? So
I mean, that was more due to the Battle Fury build as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
but yeah.
But I think we just, even on, Schofield position 4 and never taking overpower. I mean, come on. What position does Ursa need to be in to skill overpower Alvaro?
There is something to be said about that. That is very true.
I'm taking that to the extreme, obviously, but it's, yeah.
No, I know you're joking. I wonder, okay, so
When am I
SG
not?
Sports, I think why do they ban the supports? It's clearly King Jungles on Nature's Prophet, or Spirit as the 4, Gyrocopter mid, or
I don't know, dude. Last time we said this, we were both wrong. That's why last time, remember, that Team Brazil picked a Fury, and I was like, oh, it's for King RD, or like, it's for King Jungles, and then it was for someone else, so who
No,
knows?
but in this game, though, because the Nature's Prophet 3 is so bad, it's not just because of that. It's just the Nature's Prophet 3 is really bad, because you're up against a... Like, what's the point of putting him as a 3 here?
I think you win the lane a little bit better, easier versus the Lifestealer.
Maybe just pick up something better against... I would rather see something better against Lifestealer.
Like in the lane or
Oh,
in
right.
the game?
Never mind, because against 5, you're up against Timbersaw, which is even worse.
Yeah.
No, never mind. I take it back. Yeah, I guess you have to put him 3 then.
That's what I mean. I would rather see him there, so that's why I don't mind the position 5
okay.
bans.
I see your point.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be bad versus the Timber, but maybe you can just hope to avoid him, as they will pick the Bat last.
That must be
It's
a
vague.
5 Bat Rider.
They took a page out from the Thunder Predator book. You pick Bat Rider to counter everything? How about we pick Bat Rider to counter everything?
What do you pick against Gyrocopter now mid to beat him? It's Leo hero.
10 seconds
And you could
remaining.
opt for the Puck. Puck is pretty decent here. Because he can avoid homing missile super easily.
5
He's
seconds
not really
remaining.
faced by the Gyrocopter, but because Rocket Barrage just jaunt away. He's really good against Ursa.
I mean, yeah, but Ursa can just pop in rage and then break the coil and be fine.
Now select your heroes.
Okay,
Is it
so
Timbersaw mid, or we already Beastmaster
what's
mid?
going on? It might be a Beastmaster. No, it's probably Timber mid.
I don't know. I'd like to see a Beastmaster mid. Okay. I was so excited.
I would too. I think I've seen an Ags Rush once before on Beastmaster. The problem is the hero's really stupid and he doesn't have the mana pool for it. But yeah, I think that's fun, especially because they did actually buff axes here a little bit in the most recent patch.
It also brings you back to the days, dude. I know you're too much of a Dota boomer to understand this, but back in the day,
I'm a zoomer,
Beastmaster was good.
not a boomer.
Sorry, Dota zoomers to understand this. But back in the day, Beastmaster was played mid. I mean, Fata, for example, when he first, I wouldn't say first came into the scene, but when he's first like making his big steps into the scene, he was known as like the stellar bin laner because he played the 2 best heroes in the mid lane, Puck and Beastmaster, and he was the best Beastmaster, but the best Puck in the world for a really long time. Well, for a fair amount of time. I mean, maybe I like Fata a bit too much, but I think it was it was very fun to watch. It was a really enjoyable matchup in general for Beastmaster.
It's okay. I really like Bone 7.
He was, you're thinking of the Bat Rider though.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking of, the Bat Rider. Yeah. I feel the same way whenever I see a Bat, especially when I feel like actually whenever Bat is any worthwhile, and whenever he's decent, rather, he's always kind of just picked up. He's one of these heroes, right? Where if he's viable in the meta as a whole, then he's almost always going to be picked or banned, at least I think disproportionately compared to other heroes.
He fulfills so many roles, right? Because, like, for example, in this game, I think it's a really good example of what he fulfills. Because in the lane, you're good against heroes that have no magic immunity, so he's great against Timbersaw in the lane. But then later on, you're good against heroes that have magic immunity due to your magic immunity piercing stun, like Lifestealer. So you fulfill double role in this game, which is why Bat Rider, surprisingly, is actually a really good pick against a bad Lifestealer. Though in this case, they're actually going to be running him. They're actually going to be running King Jungle's 5 Nature's Prophet and King RD on the Bat Rider, which I'm very surprised about.
Yeah, I actually was going to just comment on that you were ended up correct. You ended up being correct on your prediction, being so confident this time that it was King Jungles, and you're correct. The King of the Jungles himself, Nature's Prophet. He's got the mushroom head on, the Blightstone ready to go here. At least now that it is nighttime, you do have some pretty serious first blood potential. As whoops, that is actually kind of a big loss there for SG. They double warded. Gyrocopter puts his ward right here on the cliff. The Hawk didn't see it, at least. That would actually be disastrous, but they also put a ward down, but a mere 20 feet away. That's really bad.
It's lost because of now you lost the mid control as well ward with this, so that means that Timbersaw should have a bit of an advantage.
Yeah,
especially
against the
here.
Morana, dude. That's pretty scary.
Exactly, and especially here is more important because Timbersaw also can really play with vision because usually plays really advanced to the lane, right? Or
Earth Spirit plays with vision as well.
Exactly,
like,
it's quite a big deal. I mean, if it wasn't because I honestly don't like this Lifestealer versus Ursa matchup, I would honestly give it, I would still give it to Thunder Predator 3-0, but I feel like SG actually has a good draft this time. I just don't get the point of I don't get the point. Like, look at how complicated their lanes have become. Oh, because they're trying to run a offensive tri-lane against Lifestealer. I mean, I guess that, yeah, okay, and then Bat Rider solos against Timbersaw, or solos against Beastmaster. Yeah, I can see that being kind of relevant. That's not too bad. Because Ursa's going to destroy Lifestealer in lane.
Oh, actually, this might not be Scott, but this is a really interesting warrior placement by Thunder Predator. I'm not sure what this one is supposed to do. The bottom one here. Yeah, because it gives vision, I guess, if they're pulling, but obviously it doesn't block the camp. It's not close enough, but it also doesn't give any vision behind the tower.
Oh, it does block the camp. It does block the camp.
It does?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I'm telling you, dude. Are you sure the small camp didn't get
No,
increased?
they definitely didn't change anything, no. It's always been that big. I've just never seen the camp blocked in that fashion. Almost always you see it blocked up here because I think the vision's a little bit better, or you see it blocked in the right corner because then you actually get vision behind the tower. So yeah, they're going to be maybe caught a little bit off guard here by the fact that it is the Bat Rider solo in the safe lane, especially because when they appeared with the Hawk, they saw like 4 heroes down here, so they weren't really sure what was going on. That's fine, though. Bat Rider with solo experience, I think it's going to do him even better now that the Sticky Napalm ends up doing way more damage with levels, so it makes his laning stage a bit easier. This aggro try so far, so good. But it is...
Yeah, I mean, Lester's farming a tower, though. He's winning this lane, which is not great for you. And not like Bat Rider's great against Beastmaster either if he solo lanes, because the boards are enough, usually, especially at level 3, to slow you down so that you can't really just run him down. They do reward that lane block does, but I think it's pull. And the middle lane, I do think that the Timbersaw is going to struggle a bit against Gyrocopter.
Might be dead, speaking of that.
Yeah. With the Rocket Barrage, he was playing way too aggressively for level 3, and level 3 is usually the point of inflection for Timbersaw on lane, so that was a mistake.
Yeah, it needs that. Well, even this game, it's going to be a bit difficult, right? Because with the Rocket Barrage now up to level 2, that actually, it's not as good as a Lash, but it's some pretty serious damage. Surprising that he's actually able to get the kill, to be honest, because usually, like, a big reason why you don't usually see too many points in Fate's Edict in the laning stage for a Lash is because there are so many targets for the explosions to bounce onto that aren't the heroes. So you end up pushing the lanes a bit too much, and then that screws with your equilibrium and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, level 2 Rocket Barrage here, finding a kill early on is a big win for ADR.
Yep. I agree. I think that, especially because the Gyrocopter can be a really solid win condition for the mid lane. Even if you play with the E-Blade build, you actually become a pseudo carry in the late game, right? Whereas Timbersaw doesn't really have that option. So the whole point is that Timbersaw needs to be winning this early game to actually take advantage of the pick, whereas Gyrocopter, any sort of semblance of farm he finds here, or let alone if he gets an advantage, it's huge for him. It means so much for him.
This is a hero that, unlike a lot of other mid laners, scales beautifully into the late game, right? He still has really great items.
Gyro,
the Axe is unchanged. Gyro, yes. Not the Timber. Timber's the exact opposite, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Which was what I was going to slam it down to comparison here. And if he is off to a great start, which you can build him for, it's even better, to be honest, because you just have way more farm. It's a hero that flash farms pretty much no matter what build he decides to go for because of his abilities are just so good. By the way, he's got now 7 additional agility. At level 1, his base damage is unchanged. Actually, they tightened it around. The average damage is still going to be 45 base. He's level 3 with some stats, so of course that's no longer the case here. But yeah, I mean, I think it's probably going to be another. It might be another gyro patch. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he's. I think a lot of teams were already experimenting with him before the patch ended, as the gyro mid was actually kind of popular. OG was running him a fair amount, right? And not crazy. Like, I see the point of the gyro mid. I think that the gyro as a carry, like a physical damage carry, is but the gyro as like the magical damage carry that people are styling him in, even with the shard potentially or something, it's not bad, right? The side gunner is always great to like him. The
only concern is I think that transition from being okay, I am the early game carrying force. You know, this game the game plan is then Costa Beal is going to have some farm. Maybe I'm going to have to carry the game kind of solo along with the Bat Rider until Costa Beal gets like a basher. Right, then he can start to look for kills and really be the momentum that our team needs, and then he needs to farm in case they need it, right? He can either try to build more like a Veil or, I don't know, the shard, right, if he wants to close out the game immediately, if he feels that's necessary, or he can try and start to transition over to a more traditional, like, Satanic, S&Y, Ags, whatever, right, Gyrocopter. I don't know how easy that is to farm, or how fast actually that transition is, because like, it's not as bad as Tiny, right? Because like Tiny is awful at transitioning between the two if he needs to.
I just want to point out that Leo really was the boy. Like, he's not kidding when he says, "Come on, let's play Dota." Que fue? Like, which means what happened? Like, what's happening, dude? Like in a very aggressive manner. Like, get your stuff, like get your shit together, kind of situation, right?
Is the caps not like what's it called?
Sarcasm?
Yeah.
No, I honestly think it's genuine anger. I mean, they've played a bunch of games today, so I'm not surprised they kind of want to just get it over.
That makes sense as well. I mean, it's also always really tilting when the enemy pauses and you're dead because it's like,
yeah, exactly.
now I'm gonna be on pause, and then I have to wait 8 more seconds to play.
Right after you died to like a solo kill made as well.
For first blood, which probably shouldn't have happened, and now your team is like, "¿Qué pasó, Leo? Wait."
Yeah. Vamos a hablar. Oh my goodness, they're not Mexican. Jesus. Learn some Peruvian slang or learn Spanish. What either or will do.
No mames, Leo. Oh, what are they telling him? What are they telling him?
What are they telling them?
Yeah.
They're probably like, Wu just took out his encyclopedia. Like, Leo, te voy a decir por qué has muerto en 25 razones. And Leo's like, ya lo sé, me equivoqué, lo siento. It's like, razón número 1, no es nivel 3. Razón número 2, eres un pendejo. It's like, oh. Well, actually, it was razón. Sorry, I have my Spanish.
Razón.
Razón,
You're too castellano, huh?
Too castellano. That's the Queen's Spanish. Yeah.
It's the Queen.
Yeah, the Queen's
it's
English.
the King's Spanish. Elephants
yeah, because you
beware.
have a Queen. Oh, we do. Yeah, I forget.
Oh,
I forget which one's supposed to steal from me, which one's my queen. How the works.
I don't want it. Alright, now he's level 3 here, so he can begin playing a little bit more aggressively like this. Whirling Death, not too effective against the Gyro. Of course, removes his damage, but it does that for everyone, but doesn't make it too much easier to kill on top lane, though. Speaking of killing, King Jungle's up to level 2, which is surprising in this aggressive tri lane, which they're not going to swap, as Sacred makes the TP on over. King RD is going to mirror that movement, look for a kill onto Wu to send him back down to the bottom lane. He doesn't have a level on the Flame Break, but Wu getting body blocked here, kind of owned by King Jungle from beyond the grave, will tick down to the Firefly, level 1. Nice job there. Rotation so far so good from SG, though. I gotta say they gotta be pretty pleased here. They might even get aggressive against Wu as they kick him back towards the Ursa, but Ursa's like, nah, dude, gotta get the last hit on the range creep. Actually, though, of course, it's important, so he couldn't go for a kill there. Doesn't have a point in... Oh, he does have a point in the Earth Shock, but... All right, so try on try, then, is the move.
I'm telling you, dude, there's no point in maxing the overpower, even if it's good, because the whole point is that you just much better in lane with Earthshock and Furious. Like,
oh, that's a big kill. This is a big kill. He just TP'd here.
Oh, maybe not?
No, they're going to get it. They saw Earthshock.
Yeah, Earthshock. Yeah, never mind. I didn't see that. It was off cooldown already. That's pretty bad. That life crashed the solo lane here. Life was trying to avoid the Ursa desperately. It's not going to work out for him.
Well, solo lane, as much as what you mean by that is Sly lane is currently getting bullied away because it's really easy for Theolikor and King Jungles to actually harass the Mirana. Mirana actually, for as much as I think this hero is broken, kind of really bad this game here in terms of her impact in the lane.
Yeah, she can't do much. I mean, she's good against the Ursa, right? But that's ideally when Ursa's not threatening her.
Yeah, when there's not 2 supports that are going to be tag teaming
top
you,
lane,
right?
They also killed the Beastmaster.
This
really bad board control. I cannot believe I just saw Beastmaster actually has 0 boards against a bad rider. That's a death sentence right there.
This is a complete turnaround. I'm telling you, dude, Brazil, they played well to get here, and I was shocked by their performances game 1 and 2. Maybe they're playing to fatigue Thunder Predator, because, of course, Thunder... Now, this is going to be their 5th game of the day, right? And, of course, they played a very stressful... Well, honestly, they won the series quite easily, but still a stressful series in the lower bracket. Now into the grand finals as... Oh, what the heck? Excuse me? Okay. Look at Style unpausing. Eki's there because he wants to try and live. Gotta be careful.
I think he will live, though, to be honest. Like, what is Gyrocopter? Well, that's a lot of damage with Rocket Barrage.
Yeah, they have a rolling boulder. I think he's dead, to be honest.
I think
Timber Chain. What's the range here, level 1? I can't hover over it for some reason. I don't think he's going to live, to be honest. I think he's going to get stunned by this rocket. Even if he does get the Timber Chain off, they have a rolling boulder after that. They have a level 3 rocket barrage. Yeah, I reckon he's dead here. They even have a Mango to force feed Earth Spirit, so he actually has enough for another boulder smash. Yeah, I think he's dead.
We'll see. Regardless, I don't think he is having a good time right now.
No.
When he does the DX, and you can really tell when it... So in Spain, in case you don't know, that's how we laugh, of course, right? Or in the Hispanic countries, we just... Right?
Yeah.
But then when you turn it around, it's actually a ritual that you summon Satan, so it's supposed to be like an anger thing, right? So whenever we say DX, that means like, I'm about to blow your head away.
Yeah,
It's how we used to summon. You know,
and meanwhile, you know, the entire team, the entire time during this pause, Wuz goes, "Te vas a morir otra vez, Leo."
And Wu takes
Razón
the
número
encyclopedia.
uno.
Yeah, exactly. Deberías tener un poco de cuidado con tus espacios, Leo's like, Wu's like, y segundo, es un timber, tienes que crear espacio en el principio, así que date cuenta de
He's
cómo
like, "También,
jugar.
mira dónde estás, caminando. ¿Dónde hay
He's like drawing on the map
árboles?"
right now.
Right.
She's like literally teaching him how the spaces in Dota works. And Leo's like, no soy Heraldo, no soy Heraldo.
He's like,
Wu.
pues, ¿por qué cortaste todos los árboles then?
Porque juegas como Heraldo si no eres Heraldo, Leo está.
And Leo's like, "Unpause, please."
I wanna murder my teammates. I cannot stand my team any longer.
Oh, he's gonna turn into a real life Timber song. Cut. He's in it's a horror
He's
movie.
gonna have a breakdown this
Yeah.
game. Yeah. I hope he buys the flamethrower just for lulz if he's gonna lose this game.
Well,
Might
I
as
think I don't know. Who knows, right? SG is Beast Coast. No, SG is Team Brazil.
Surprisingly, SG is not another team with a different name.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if for some reason the long-standing Peruvian roster of Beast Coast became a Brazilian roster of SG.
Right. Yeah, for those of you who know, SG is like a very well-known org.
Yeah.
Back in the... I love that King RT is like Heat DC on Steam, like, okay, we are calling it. It's just like they're not players, you know, like there's just like a random.
Yeah, this is like a
ranked
pub.
match.
Yeah, hold on, I don't know.
checked his Steam. He's not online. I think we can go.
We could unpause. Leo's like, "He's not online on Steam. Come on. What are you doing?" Yeah, I mean, just a little bit of backstory for SG, right? I'm gonna just
look
go.
at that. Leo Style went, no problem, bro. He's
back.
calmed down. He's good.
He's gone.
Woo,
Yeah.
Woo read his
Woo-
whole
Woo has-
25 reasons.
Wu's on reason number 17. He's got other reasons to be mad right now. But yeah, just a bit of backstory, right? SG, they disbanded back last year in November. So
They
they've
said Dota
actually...
was not affordable any longer.
Yes, so they've now actually returned to the scene here most recently. And then I think their probably biggest claim to fame here was back when they...
The Kiev Major.
the Kiev Major, where they were a 2-year drought. And they
When
appeared...
they beat Secret and they almost beat EG and the Kiev Major.
2017,
and
by the way. 2017 Kiev Major.
And that was also the SG that was fully Brazilian, right? So later that SG roster would become Chaos Esports, that would include We and Misery. But before that, it was a fully Brazilian squad that included Cat, 40 and 40R, together with Tabo, King RD, and HFN, right? And there was a lot of pride in that because it was like not a team that got... A lot of people talked about Chaos Esports, and in the South American region, a lot of people say that the team would not have been that great if it didn't have foreign talent. But they forget that the team that they were based on was already really good and had zero foreign talent.
Yeah,
Completely
yeah.
Brazilian, right? So a lot of credit to that organization. They really did foster a great team.
And then after TI8 qualifiers, then they went Costa went to Team Teen, and Pain X as Leo is going to get the Timber Chain off. No way. He's not going to live. Oh, he dodges the... No, he's still dead. I mean, he wastes more time, which is good, because now ADR is going to walk further back into the lane. But yeah, he's still going to die.
Wu's just writing more reasons
Yeah,
now.
Wu's
It's
like,
"Para
razón
siguiente."
número 26.
¡Wow, la partida! Soy vengeful, no pasa nada. I would have to swap my carry once in a while.
Aquí hay 17 razones porque sí puedo hablar.
Durante la partida.
Yeah.
1. Soy tu capitán. 2. Te pago el sueldo.
3. Soy Venge.
Yeah. So Leo Stahl now has decided to resign the game. Look, he's just literally tanking 4DR.
Well, because obviously what he's doing is he's getting back reactive armor
Obviously,
stacks, right?
obviously,
Yeah.
yeah,
I know
yeah,
you're
but-
joking,
Yeah. But yeah, it's good that you explained to the viewers. But I love that he just stands there and he goes, okay, hit me. I'm done. I'm no longer standing in this lane without like full reactive armor.
He's
charges.
cracking his knuckle. Oh, it's ready,
He's
dude.
playing serious game. I mean, he's still top net worth, by the way, despite his 2 deaths, which says a lot about Timber's farm in this lane. So it's not too awful, right? Like, Gyrocopter is slightly beating him now, but now Timber saw immediately, level 5, goes for it. I don't know, this is a very difficult play. With that chakram, yeah, Leo's almost died. Top lane Sacred does fall, though, again to King RD.
Yeah, Fieldicor, nice job. He's going to rotate
Again,
away
where
from
are
that
the
bottom lane.
boards, dude?
He's going to rotate away from the top lane. I don't know. Good question.
Right?
Sorry, he did rotate away from the bottom lane because he started top and then they rotated all bottom and then he ganked mid and he went top lane. That's going to force now sliding. Oh my goodness, sorry, sliding Steepy, which is even better because now this means King Jungles is going to be able to last hit and be a little bit more just overall annoying to the likes of Minos and Wu.
Right.
This is like so good for SG. Like I said, they've completely turning this around.
I think it's very adorable that Beastmaster's going through a humanist phase, right? But like, I really wish he would have more boars up and running against the Bat Rider. Like, I feel like there's no other way of dealing with him. Not like the boars are a fail-safe system, but they're certainly better. And I've seen him 3 times where the boars get killed easily just by Bat Rider's Flame Break or his sticky napalm plus damage, and he didn't do much about it. In the bottom lane, we are seeing Minos actually playing quite aggressively, take advantage of Gold Frenzy, but yeah, they actually can't fight him any longer.
It's pretty good against the Ursa, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the slow is nice, but,
yeah, but just
it's only
because
12%. It's just not that great of a slow.
I mean, you're right, but it's kind of significant against melee heroes, right? Because Ursa, he's got to walk on it over.
No,
right?
I agree.
Normally, I know, I'm just explaining it. Normally, he wants to just right-click you, and as an Ursa, he almost always excels here. Not Axel, of course, that's a support player. But because now you're slowed, you're going to take an extra last hit or 2 or even 3 as you need to turn around and disengage because there's Avenge with a stun. Then Minos, of course, is going to lifesteal even more off of you, so it's a little bit less efficient. So yeah, I like this. It's a great play from Minos, and King Jungles, who just rotates back into lane, might take a death. He's got a Sprout, but they're going to at least look to force Minos away as he does tank quite a few hits from the tower here.
Radiant are
okay.
scanning.
I like the build, by the way, for Battle Fury. I think the new Lifestealer is much more well-suited for this item, to be honest, because you do need the kind of farming potential that Battle Fury gives you, because now that the attack speed is less, your farming potential has been lowered by a lot. And Lifestealer kind of depends on that, or was depending on that last patch to be relevant, so I don't mind. Battle Fury was already a build here in this region anyway, and Lifestealer can fight early, even more so than before, so it's very similar to how Ursa used to play.
Yeah, and we've seen Battle Fury Lifestealer actually be really strong, and he kicks butt with it even if he decides to fight
builds
early.
in every single game. Known? Love that build.
Yeah. And it surprised me. That's why I'm pointing it out. Is that I always thought, oh, Battle Fury equals farm. For this guy, it's a little bit of both.
Right.
Oh, there's a kill.
Nice.
Yeah, wow. He got around the bodyguard there, the legionaries of all the Treants trying to run and absorb the the arrow. But good positioning there from Slytheon, enabling that kill.
And Leo's back to dominating the mid lane, by the way. If you swap to net worth, we'll see that they're actually really close by. However, as I say this, of course, Leo, oh, never mind. He actually takes the whole call down. He's in the middle of the creeps, trying to tank that Rocket Barrage as well. He has the full reactive armor stack, so he's healing a ridiculous amount before they are chasing after him. Missing the Timber Chain. Oof. Razón uno por la cual. Woo! Woo!
Oh, goodness. Yeah, already. ADR is going to tip him as well. There's a lasso top lane. Slytheon. Yeah, catching him somehow.
Did you see that lasso?
I did. Yeah. It was,
what was that? Bad Rider is now a cow wrangler.
That
was ridiculous.
Is there... What the heck was going on? Did you see, like, black pixels over the Bat Riders? There is. It's just a glitch. I thought my monitor was dying. I got really scared and sad.
Oh, over the Ursa.
Oh, you see it over the Ursa. Okay.
I see it over the Ursa.
Yeah, right? It's this weird glitch. I was kicking around on a couple heroes.
Oh,
yeah.
what? Now it went away.
Yeah, I know, right? It terrified me. I literally thought my monitor was dying in front of me, and I was like, no. Because monitors are super expensive.
Oh, interesting. Now I have the same thing on the Bad Rider.
Yeah, anyway. But that's strange how it's not it's not perfectly replicated here across both of us. Because, yeah, I didn't have it against Ursa. I had it for Bat Rider, which is the only reason why I was looking top in the first place.
Leo style. Oh, there's an arrow. Wait. This is why Leo Styles is making all these weird plays this whole time. It was a massive bait. And finally, it's going to pay off. No. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Look at Leo Styles go. 40 are in trouble. Boulder Smash trying to help him out, but they have the damage from Slytheon. Tío Licor, they have the magic missile. That's going to guarantee a kill as well to make sure that Tío Licor can't get away in time.
That was a bit of a mistake for Tío Licor. He had the Boulder Smash available, as well as actually Geomagnetic Grip, and he used neither onto Leo to make sure that his Gyro was able to live.
He used the Boulder Smash onto the Gyro.
No, he had it. Well, I know, but he had it initially when he should have probably just kicked away Leo, because Leo can always close the gap again. That's what I was saying, yeah. Or silence Leo. But yeah, kind of a bit of a misplay. There's a lot of TPs in the mid lane. I mean, that's fine. It happens. He's going to learn from that one and be a better player now.
I love that Leo was like, oh, there's trees in my way. Whatever will I do? I'm Timbersaw. I have no way of cutting them down. And he just waited until he could walk away. That was odd.
And he's going to get this Aghanim Shard. He needs it to cut down the trees, which take a long time to burn down. 5 seconds is pretty brutal.
Obviously, I'm being sarcastic with the comment. He has Chakram, you more.
Oh, and Whirling Death and, you know, a couple other things here.
Every time you say that, you remind me of this character from Boardwalk Empire. It still sounds just like...
Oh, well, it's because I do it. It's a Bob Ross inspiration whenever he would say titanium white. There's Leo. ADR getting more aggressive, though. They do have level 4 here. Oh, my goodness. All 5 heroes for the gank onto the mid lane, Leo style. SG, I think they maybe have found a pressure point here, and they're going to be looking to try and you know, maybe force some mistakes out of the Timbersaw. That's already here. His 4th death. Slytheon as well will take his 2nd as ADR with the double kill. Off to a fantastic start here on the Gyrocopter. 5-1-0. Great stuff. He's going to be able to apply lots of pressure to the mid lane tower. Even Kostabil here, by the way, who has to run. He TP'd and ran all the way. It's not like a Chen recalled him in or a Whispery located him in. No. This Ursa ran all the way to get involved in that kill. And so far, so good here. Minos, though, continuing to farm, is still that unchecked presence, the dark spot here that currently might be the falling grace of SG, as he is making fantastic progress towards his Battle Fury. Already has both of the swords and enough money for one of the 2 rings that he needs for the Perseverance. Mid lane, King Jungles is going to be okay. He's going to just be able to walk away from that one, but it was probably a little bit scary. They're going to be going again for Leo style, however. ADR looking to maximize his damage. Now all the creep are dead. Silence up for a couple more seconds and stun for forever here. As there's the roar, they're going to look to turn. Arrow perfectly connecting onto ADR. He's dead. They lasso a creep. Wu is going to die as well.
It was the Necronomicon creep, though, in his defense, at least. They're going to fight King Jungles as well. I think King Jungles is dead. Yep, that's going to be another kill.
What? SG, you guys were playing so well. And then you go and lasso a creep.
I love the moment where he's like, maybe if I don't move, they won't notice I got the creep instead of the hero. It was a moment of like genuine like depression and shame that you can see in his eyes.
No.
Oh,
what are you supposed to do?
I think he's going
Okay,
to die.
he's got Enrage. ADR is coming back as well. It's a bait. The only goal nearby.
No,
Okay, Sacred's dead.
It's just a dead Ursa.
Oh no. Okay, ADR is going to look to fight the 2 supports here as Leo is being controlled by the likes of Theo Licor. They have now returned. King Artie is back. He's going to be unable to catch up to that Timbersaw. Oh, a bit too fast, a bit too slippery. Arrow. Oh, just dodged by King RD as this Necro Creep's actually doing quite a number. We need something to control them. Maybe if you would lasso them or something, perhaps a little bit longer. Wu is going to live, I think, because we're out of remnants. We have another one in a second that should be able to stun or silence or just about all 3 here. They're going to hit him with the, well, as you like to say, the yo-yo of death combo, just without the rolling boulder, and at least they finally get something out of that. Yeah, I don't know. That was really unfortunate. Unlike the Doom, you know, when you Doom a creep, you can't just eat it to hide it. Everyone is going to know.
Right, it's true. Everyone knows that you lassoed the creep.
I honestly had no clue you could lasso non-hero units. I just figured it was just a hero unit. Yeah, I learned today that you can only lasso enemy units. And
I've done this forever. Don't ask why. I've always known. You know?
Oh, yeah, he just always knows. He just it was something that he knew. He read the Dota 2 wiki one day before he even started playing Dota. He's always lassoed enemy heroes.
I kid you not, for one game, my proudest achievement in Dota was not that not me lassoing a creep, but me convincing my team in one ranked match I was about to feed that me lassoing the creep was the right play.
I cannot
I actually accomplished doing that in an SEA game, and I was very proud of myself.
I just can't.
Because I lassoed a helm the Dom creep by accident. And then my team believed it was the right play. I convinced them that was the most important hero to lasso.
You know what really sucks is King RD. He's going for a power, or he hasn't gone rather for the TP boots. He's gone instead for the blink dagger. So like
Drum's blink is back to the Chinese battle build.
He needs to be hitting these lassos. That's
Minos Battle Fury at the same time. Oh, actually faster.
This is beautiful. This is a good kill. This is the one they need. Do they have protection? Yes, they do. And down for the count he goes.
Good flame break as well to prevent the wolf from swapping. That was very important.
Counter initiation though. This could be a big roar. They're going to connect onto 2 here as ADR is the primary target. But King RD pushed aside. Arrow blocked though by King Jungles. He's going to tank this one for the team. Kicked away now, but of course, the Leo style able to chase him down. Homing missile might be able to buy him enough space here. We have another Timber Chain. Yule Scepter already for sliding. This hero is ridiculous. This is a position 4. She's got a Yule Scepter 15 minutes into the game. What is this?
I love it because Leo Style is out having the time of his life. He's like, hey, Wu, what are you going to say about that? What are you going to say about that, Wu, huh? And he comments about my great play because he's become the true carry. And honestly, with only 5.7k net worth, it's incredible how the impact Leo Style is having because he's managing to be a true space creator. They're playing around him despite him not having too many items, and he's being impactful. While Lifestream can just free farm from his heart's content.
Is under attack.
They're going to try for Roche here on the side of SG. Of course, well, that's one of the things that Ursa actually can do. Not only is he really good for farming, and by the way, this Ursa has gone, speaking of the Chinese build, on our Bat Rider, it's also Chinese Bear, as he is going to be going for the Battle Fury here, having maxed the...
Oh, it's true. It was made in China for the first
Yep,
time.
it was.
Right. That's a good tidbit of history. It's true.
I remember because that was right before I think LA or Thailand. I want to say
It was a while ago.
it was a while ago, but yeah, I remember all the NA people were super surprised when it started showing up. I think it was a BTS Pro Series or something going on at the time.
Yeah,
and
every
everyone's like,
caster in
"What?"
each region took turns being surprised by it,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, guys, I know that you only watch one
Yeah.
region, but don't make it so
that
obvious.
that was when I got to feel cool because I was like, come on, guys, this is all the time. It was in qualifiers, and then the God King Hualin is like, what if I also built Echo Saber on every single hero?
And it worked. Wow.
And it worked. Yeah, he played Echo Saber Mask of Madness on AM and had insane farm.
Oh, yeah, it's true. He was one of the first people to do the Mask of Madness build. It was
Yeah.
God King that was the. I mean, not. I wouldn't say it. Because Savage also did it a lot. But
Yeah, but he really he just did it on anyone. He did not give a shit who he was playing.
that's true. That's true.
Nice roll in there by Theoli Koda. Just it's the little China knowledge I actually have and can claim to have really casted for people. When it was up and coming. So I'm gonna brag about that one for sure. But already here, Sacred has recovered very nicely. I will say he had a pretty tough laning stage, dying even a couple of times here, but he's recovered beautifully since 5-2 and 3. He's already got the Necro 3, so he's gonna be looking to now just kind of take over map control and slow down this game. That SG at least slow down the aggression because Thunder Predator they want to be able to control the pace of this game. Arrow's gonna miss. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he had to kill the creep first with the Starstorm, so he had the angle for the arrow that just delayed his timing.
Understandable.
It happens sometimes, right? You're used to having a very specific timing, and then when you have to kill a creep first, it just sort of messes up. Regardless, since your lifestealer has farming faster than the Ursa because he does have the extra attacks with Goal Frenzy, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, right? He does have great farm with a Heaven Salber now soon.
Yeah, but Ursa actually, I think, can out-farm a Lifestealer early on anyway. Well, not if he's going to die here, though. He's going to look, oh my goodness, nearly killing Wu. Of course, you do cleave off all that damage, and now the counter-initiation. Disarmed is King Ardis. He's got the lasso, and there's the kill. No Roar available. That's going to be at least the first life nuked away from our Ursa Warrior. The rest of the team, SG, just kind of playing for Protect 1, literally, as the bodyguard. Leo now rolling on in. This is a bad position to be in, however. He's going to be now Flame Break down to the low ground, however, as Mino's continuing to fight. Has the Halberd already disarming Costa Beal. Leo getting the kill into Theo Licor. King Jungle is killed by the arrow. Again, he's just the bodyguard, the arrow magnet, but in the end, they will be able to burst through the second life. I don't know how that went so poorly for SG.
They two things. First of all, the Halberd was a really good play by Minos. He just got it for that fight, right? So of course that was a big deal. So you could fight fight the Ursa.
What does
But
SCE
then in
stand
Fest-
for, by the way, for Leo?
What?
Leo just said SCE.
Sec, but misspelled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just misspelling sec. So yeah, the it's Sporri, sorry. So yeah, the Lifestealer there got kind of ignored, and I kind of understand the reason why. The Timbersaw is actually a good source of damage, like he is right now in the early game. You can't really deal with the infested creep and then kill the Lifestealer, right? It's just too much time. And Lifestealer, you just go, he doesn't deal enough damage. But Minos in the middle of that was just a big threat. He kills the Ursa in pretty much 3 hits. Timbersaw then just tanks the rest of the damage, and Lifestealer has freedom to pretty much murder everyone, right? And what are you to do as your SG? You really can't. You're gonna have to run away from that team fight, but you thought you were stronger. It really should have been Ursa concentrating on Lifestealer, and it would have been possible if it wasn't for the Heaven Salber. So
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It was just so weird. I felt like at one point, Costa Beal's like, help, I'm dying. And everyone's like, okay, we're going to click on your last position. And they just all grouped up as 5 right there. It was really weird. But Thunderbird, they're going to exploit that. Like you said, the Halberd of making a really big difference as they might even get a free kill onto King RD, who has the blink. Invis by the Moonlight Shadow, though. He's going to be able to get onto the right side of the Tier 2 tower. And now he's going to see them. He still has the blink. Yeah, he's just baiting here. He's going to get out a couple leap charges in exchange for his own drums. Arrow, though, sailing on through, is going to be able to scout his position. Not that, there's no other way to really scout him. It's not like he leaves a trail of flames in his wake, but they know where he's going. And he will be able to TP away, though. So lots of time wasted there. 4 heroes unable to find a single kill.
We have for Scotty on the Lifestealer, and that also amplifies, of course, because Scotty and the Soul from the Gold Friends just straight up stack. And that's going to make it really difficult for the Ursa to get away from Lifestealer or in general play against them. And since it's constantly being reapplied, it kind of nullifies the whole fact of the kind of resistance, the Enrage, and it just makes it very powerful in general. So, yeah, consideration here. Minos is starting to be a real threat. He's not going for this later build. This build is much more oriented towards the late game. Each slot that he has right now is incredibly valuable. He's not very bothered by this Bat Rider. The Catapult, he's going to finish it off eventually, but first the tower, now the Catapult.
We have E-Blade, by the way, now for our Gyrocopter, but they're going to be fighting just before. It's on the Courier. Wu's already dead, though, as Minos might be next, but again, this disarm on the Costa Beal is working wonders. In the meantime, King RD has now controlled Sacred. Yule Scepter into the arrow. Now for Costabile, they got 1 4 stat for him, but they need way more. As Leo actually picking up the kill there, but Minos doing the bulk of the work. King Jungle's unable to do much. He will be right-clicked down, and I don't know. I feel like SG, they waited maybe even just 10 seconds. That teamfight would have gone so much better for them. They have a DD rune still on ADR. Now the E-Blade freshly delivered, but they decided to just kind of force it there.
It wasn't too great, especially because they seemed like the Gyres just seemed really useless in that team fight. You just got the E-Blade, as you mentioned, right? But didn't really use it effectively there. The Ursa seems incredibly useless compared to Lifestealer, and usually I would say that matchup benefits Lifestealer, but no, I guess, like not this game, because they're just controlling him so nicely with just simple Heaven's Halberd, and the Timbersaws being a nuisance this whole team fight. I don't even think the Beastmaster is that relevant. I mean, he just managed to make the matter a bit less relevant.
He is tanking a lot of the aggro of the Bat Rider, right?
Exactly.
He is a high priority, so he's doing that. So in that sense, SGR, they're ticking that box in the team fight, right there. They're taking care, now for 2 consecutive team fights in a row, they've taken care of Sacred, and he's not been too big of an issue. However, they're just not connecting the dots here in terms of, you know, getting control on the Lifestealer or supporting the Ursa a bit more. I mean, Yule Scepter and Mirana just such a great combo against them, right? Because status resist does not reduce Cyclone duration, so it burns off so much of your Enrage. And then, of course, also sets up for an arrow. It's a really, really good Mirana game, like you're saying, against the Ursa.
And the Vengeful Spirit is also drawing a fair amount of aggro.
Yep,
Her swap is
yeah, good point.
yeah, her swap is not that important this game, but you have to kill her first to make sure she can't say the Lifestealer. You can just infest something for free, right? So it's just a big nuisance that Thunder Predator's lineup is running, and they just want to keep this pressure up so that Lifestealer can just become the strongest carry in the world. I mean, he's going for Scotty now. Once he gets that, the Ursa's going to struggle. Even with Basher, I haven't seen the impact of the side due to the Heaven's Halberd. And Ursa, the thing is, will Ursa decide to go for an MKB at some point this game? Because otherwise, you're not going to be able to deal with the evasion talent plus the Heaven's Halberd. That's going to be a big deal.
So something to note, actually, in the patch, for some reason, Valve, they decided to make Pipe even more expensive. The recipe, I think its recipe increased by cost. I think 200 gold. It's like 1,500 for that piece of paper.
Game, right? It's just removed from the game. It's just whatever.
What?
Like Valve just like take it off the game.
If you hate the pipe so much, just, take it out of the game. I agree, because it's so expensive now.
Like it's a dying horse. Just shoot it in the face, dude.
Like
shoot the pipe.
Hood is amazing, right? I just want to be able to speak the truth here. Hood's amazing. It's pretty expensive, 1450, but it gives great stats. Headdress is cheap as hell. 1,550 gold for a pipe. It's almost at Midas recipe lengths right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's ridiculous, but that's big here because it's going to really slow down ADR's power spike, as he's actually been caught out here, unfortunately. Yet again, ADR on the same side here, the Radiant side, he gets caught farming the dead lane, Avo, twice in a row. 2 games in a row, rather.
Yeah, and especially with also the new item that they added, which was, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, the one that lets you take your magic damage to mana or something.
Something Eternal Shroud, yeah. You have now an actual other build-up for Hood of Defiance. And you're right. I mean, paying 1,500 for a piece of paper. I didn't see a piece of paper so expensive since I graduated from uni. So
that's a good one. That's a good joke right there. You're on fire today. Those are 2 really good jokes you have.
Thank you, Fred. But honestly, I agree though. I think the pipe has become one of those items where, like as Saberlight said, I love this tweet. He was like, if you guys keep making pipe more expensive, I'm going to stop helping my team. I'm just going to build items for myself.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Moran is about, right? Setting up for another kill on the King Jungles. The Yule Scepter honestly paying for itself here. And again, that's something I think why this hero is too freaking good. Normally, if a support...
I mean, this game particularly, though.
Any game...
but this game particularly, you did highlight a really good point about how good the Yule Scepter was this game against Ursa.
No, but here's the thing. Pardon me as I have to sneeze.
It's okay. Minos is going to push this tower here in the middle lane. As all of SG, I mean, look at what I mean, though. They just smoked here, and they look at their tower fall. That's it. That was
they have King Jungles within 3 to maybe give him some vision. There's no Mirana. This might not be a bad fight. It's a good wraparound. They're going to go up to the high ground once again, controlling Sacred as Leo's top. Not sure who should go on Sacred already. Oh, he's going to get... No, he does not get the roar off. Enrage will come through. Kosovo perhaps expecting it. That's going to save a little bit of stripe for him, but now he's disarmed. Minos just waiting for that Enrage to end. He still has 1 man in his sights, and that's Costabile. Yule Scepter used aggressively, however, to slow him down. King Jungles as well, trying to create space, but Slavin now return. The arrow on a King RD will connect as Leo. They have a vessel for him. They're not able to kill him too easily, as he has a friend inside of him, and his name is Minos, who will not pop out to farm the Treants. But
those shard actually work kind of decently, huh? Like, that shard actually working to be a bit annoying there. Slading could be in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
He also
Be
is
ready for
available,
him.
though, in a couple seconds. I'm not really sure.
You're right. I neglected to mention it.
I never imagined that NP would buy the shard. I thought it was one of the
goodness.
weaker shards.
Yeah, look at his push.
It's pretty decent.
Rat Dota's back.
Yeah, because what happens is that you actually you get the treants from that you usually would get, and then on top of that, there's the true greater treants, right? So it's quite nice on this route.
And we
but
actually,
I don't think it's that powerful. I can see it being good in a +5 though.
well, I think the issue is that so many now that especially lane creep are so much better to farm than jungle creep. You want to have wave clear on your team, and
That's true.
yeah, Theolokor in a lot of trouble here. He tries to run.
Gyrocopter took a look at that fight. He's like, nope, not that one.
Absolutely not. That's not the fight one. That's not the fight, guys. He's like, this ain't it, chief. That's going to be Roshan, however, for Thunder Predator. Roshan
And
number
Scotty
2.
completed for
Aegis
Venus
and
for that.
Cheese. Scotty, as you said, as well. So even more items as they do force a Fortify out here at the very least. Now they know they're doing Roche, but they can't get into the pit nearly fast enough here to try and contest it. There it is. For free there.
Did they just leave the cheese? Who needs the cheese?
Who needs the cheese? They're lactose intolerant. Leo Style wants the cheese, though. He needs it, because Pipe, by the way, also has a 100 mana cost to it.
Right. Wait, did they go for 2 pipes?
Did
They
they?
do have 2 pipes. Oh my god.
Who else
Why?
had the pipe?
Miranda.
Stallion.
Yeah, I thought you were joking about that. Yeah, to have 2 pipes.
Yeah.
What do you think they'll realize? Because Laddie's about to buy it.
I think it's fine. I think they recognize that right now the only way they die is not to Ursa, because he's already kind of dealt with, although he now has the Basher and
Oh,
I
right,
think
to the
full
gyro.
Abyssal. The Gyro damage, the Earth Spirit damage, the Bat Rider damage, right? Wrath of Nature, right? All magic damage. So as long as you can communicate and pop these pipes, that's 800 magic damage that's just gone, deleted.
That's true. That's true. I would rather the Timbersaw had gone for the Eternal Shroud and then pipe on the Mirana, if I'm honest with you. I think that would have been a bit stronger, especially for the Timbersaw, but I don't mind this build.
I don't mind it, but if it'll win them the game here, wow, King Jungle's just getting so lucky there versus Slavian. Oh,
Heaven's Hammer immediately and Rage tried to take it off. And now the E-Blade actually, but Gil's going to control him. They have an arrow. Magic Missile for now. Swap to save Leostyle's life. Minos just farming in the middle of this fight. Wanted to go for Costabile. Leostyle a bit annoyed in the backline. They managed to deal with Teolicon as ADR. He's playing with the shadows. It's not really going to work in his favor. The cheese has been eaten and 4DR is going to be torn to shreds as Lifehealer does the same thing with King Jungles and his Treants.
Yeah, and
Ursa useless, dude.
And that's the pipe. Gyrocopter useless as well. He was like, oh, easy kill onto Wu. Why am I not doing any damage, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He had level 4 Rocket
Is that
Barrage,
the
of
pipe
course.
active?
Sorry? Yeah.
Is that the new pipe active? Oh my, I didn't see that. Wow. It looks so different.
Yeah, that's why it's more expensive now. It's a premium model, you know.
Right,
They-
you're paying.
It's like when you build a PC, it's like, do I really need my RAM to have LEDs on it? It's $60 more expensive. That's what pipe is about these days.
Has fallen.
Wow. I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I guess I'm getting a good bang for my buck then.
Yeah, I
Take
mean,
it
they're
back.
getting good bang for their buck here as well, and that's what I mean. If Double Pipe wins them the game in the next 5 minutes, where perhaps if they had gone for Eternal Draw, it would have been better, that's perfectly fine, right?
Yep.
That's kind of the thought process behind going for the GG Divine Rapier, as they cut down Leo's tree. They're trolling him. Wu was like,
After screaming at him all game.
was
Minos
like, oh,
also.
Tibbs
Have you
Nero.
seen that Minos trying to TP in the middle of that fight here? Bait out a fight, I think.
Okay, he has the Abyssal Blade, but he had to use the Enrage to farm the creep. So he did force the BKB out from Sacred. I don't know what's going on here. They're just kind of fainting each other out.
Minos just TP'd the middle to the longest tower as well, so he ensured it was it was the next level bait. He made sure it was the longest TP possible. He actually went for a Gold Frenzy slow, which is weird. Usually with a Heaven's Halberd build, Heaven's Halberd build, 9 times out of 10 you'll build the evasion every single time, right?
Right, because you
I am
just get more.
surprised that Gold Frenzy slow. But okay.
All right, King Jungles gets a tier 2 tower. At least he's able to split push the lanes here very effectively, and he's got a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
you've already
money.
taken the racks as well, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? He needs to be pushing a lot faster. Okay, Costabile, what are you doing out here, by the way? He's actually baiting for a fight. There's going to be now the disarm, though, completely ruining him as he does get the stun, at least onto Wu King. Already trying to live, but, you know, is able to right him before he gets up that cliff. They have gotten the kill already on the Teolicon, and now chasing after Costabile, who does still have, actually doesn't have the enraged pardon me, the Force Staff out from King Jungles. Great sprout, but of course, Timbershaw is going to be able to cut down those trees for fun. There's finally a kill onto Slavian, who will buy back. Sacred as well in trouble in the meantime, as Minos has lost sight there of the Ursa Warrior, but he's going to be able to keep alive. Sacred even longer because of the Infest. Sacred pops his BKB now. He's going to turn and stand his ground and fight. His Gyro will buy back. Oh no, but they deny the creep? How did they... They denied the creep he was TPing to.
The Infest? Or is it Infest?
No, but they used Infest already. I'm not sure. Either way, Minos
Beastmaster, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
with another kill there. That was unfortunate. That might have changed the way that fight was going, as he has to use the Ghost Scepter, the E-Blade rather, very defensively here. Force Staff will get him up to the high ground, but guess what? Spider Legs on Minos. He's chasing right after you with the Basher. He's going to find one. Of course, he has the Battle Fury to cut down the trees. Ford ER in a lot of trouble. Will he live any longer? Just a bit, but we need something more. Another Sprout
Spider
available
legs.
here. Can he
Enrage.
live? He has Spider Legs. The Ghost Scepter, E-Blade rather, keeps him alive a bit longer.
Ursa
In the
in the back
meantime, Ursa still fighting. It has to dodge the arrow, so he can't even get the kill onto Sacred. And now the stun out from Wu. Oh, goodness, just being kited around. This poor Ursa. Sacred's going to yell at him to his death. Oh, no. Great fight out from Thunder Predator. Such a long one as well, but it works out to their favor, which is strange because usually gyrocopters really excel in long fights with this magic damage build, and that's not the case.
Right, exactly. You're more akin to a Morphling than you are to the old Gyrocopter, to be honest. And, I mean, Gyrocopter at least survived that engagement. Like, Peter's like, should I just murder him again? Okay, haven't summoned the Ursa. I guess this guy wants to die. Goodbye, Fuzzy Wuzzy. But no, the E-Blade saves his life, and Ursa will live to see
Catches an
another
arrow.
day.
Yeah.
I'm questioning if this play by 40R is a good one, though. It's not
Yeah,
swap,
he
by the
did
way.
buy back
I
for
think they
this
can
one,
just swap him
too.
and kill him, dude. Yeah, there we go. Swap him.
There's no roar, though.
Magic
There's no
missiles
roar.
available again. Nah, just the Zoo. The Zoo is gonna murder him. Oh my goodness. What's stronger, Creeps or Gyrocopter? Apparently the Creeps. As the Portage Prophet tries to get away, Earthspirit's also in trouble. Tio Licor will not able to make it much further as the Timber Chain, sorry, the Willing Death destroys
They
him.
just don't do any damage, Avo. It's this double pipe, honestly. Slavy, he might die back. Nope, just kidding. There's the Infest, the Bash as well on a Ghost Beal. He does finally have Peter Rage with this Yule's Scepter just ruining his game. Another roar from Sacred to condemn him. That's a dieback now on a second core. And it looks like Thunder Predator are going to be our champions here for the LPG Final Series. They're going to be taking the lion's share of that $20,000 US prize pool with a 3-0 win. Thunder Predator, man, they're 5-0 on the day. They 2-0 Beast Coast, and now they welcome back SG with a 3-0 defeat. Very well played to Thunder.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I'm going to be as candid as possible. But I've seen SG, or Team Brazil, as they were used to be known, right, play team matches before. This was by far one of the worst performances I've watched them in, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to, like, flame them or anything, but, like, especially the first two games were not much worse. But this game even was the same idea, right? The drafts were just not great for the first two games. Here they fixed their draft a bit better. I think the draft was actually kind of decent for this game, but they seem so lost. They seem like they're not really putting in full effort for this game, right? And it could, I kind of understand it. The patch came in the middle of your tournament, right? You don't have time to study it. You know this tournament is not the biggest prize pool anyway. You already made it to the final. You show what you're made of. Now you kind of want to go take some time off for Christmas and just study the patch. And I get that, right? But it just wasn't the Team Brazil I'm used to. I don't know if you agree with that.
I do agree, and in fact, they were looking really good as well with Tio Licor, right? Because Sir Francis Lee no longer on this roster as he was for Realms Collide, and they were really, really meshing with Tio Licor. I have to say that, which is the only reason why I was calling out, it's kind of strange how he didn't kick this, or it was strange because it just it felt like they weren't really as cohesive as a unit, especially throughout their play of the group stage and even their run in the upper qualifiers. This is the team, I was telling Avo during the break, this is the team that 2-1 Thunder Predator in a really good series, really solid games, and at the time Team Brazil on top. Nothing's changed since then other than the name and 24 hours, right?
Yep.
And they still can't get the job done. And it's in 48 hours, to be fair. So I guess the patch has also changed. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they're just kind of in their own heads about the draft. But either way, I hope to see... I mean, first of all, I'm super happy to see SG back involved in Dota 2 again, first of all. But And I really
a lot
hope...
of orgs are coming back. D-Spirit also came back as well recently. I'm really happy to see that they're doing this. And I hope that SG can improve, right? It's just
Yes,
that
exactly. That's the
patch.
point I was getting to. Yep.
What are you going to do? I don't know. I think we could have seen better Dota from SG, but Thunder Predator showing off that they still got it. And this patch is actually suiting them well. Thunder Predator, for once, actually doing well after the patch. Last time they got shafted by the last two patches. That's why they couldn't go to any majors. This time it seems like they actually started to understand it a bit better. I guess the changes are not that major, to be honest. Many people are saying. Later we'll see what really is OP from this patch.
Yeah,
we'll experiment more.
We'll see. But hey, being able to think fast on your feet like this, because clearly Thunder Predator have shown... that they have adjusted to the patch much faster than SG and Beast Coast here, so they're really proving themselves to be a big name, the team to take down in SA, and I'm here for it. I think it's really cool, and I can't wait. But that's going to be the tournament, guys. 9 days of coverage here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As that's going to be it for us here. If you guys enjoyed the coverage, please make sure to drop a follow to get notified whenever you go live on the channel for our next Dota coverage. We might have a little bit something planned for next week. For now, guys, on behalf of Avo and myself, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Live Media, Esports Entertainment, leaders in competitive gaming.